Okay. All right, we will call this meeting together at 5:35. We can do attendance. Leslie Allison CI is here.
Carla Graff is here.
Eliza Beaver is here. Sorry.
Dave Samples is
Here.
Lana Johnson's here. You can say your name
Dave Samples
for
here
the
is here.
recording.
Gina Racanelli, staff liaison.
Mary Brenner Hines is here. All right. We're going to start with trustee Kevin Patrick because he had some ideas for us to consider, especially having something to do as far as Halloween is concerned.
Sure, no, thank
All
you.
right.
First of all, I'm Kevin. I think I've met everybody, but I'm Kevin. This is my son Ben. We can't stay long. We gotta go to practice at Willowbrook soon, so I apologize. So thank you for getting me in the front here. Also wanted to thank you for the mental health care package that was dropped off at the podium yesterday. That was really clever. I really enjoyed that. I really liked that. So it was very nice. So thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for putting that together. So a couple months ago at a board meeting, in my trustee report, I had made a recommendation to the commission that we explore what it would take to make Villa Park kind of a Halloween destination. And what does that kind of look like in my idea, or in my head I should say, but Villa Park celebrates Halloween like crazy. It's one of those fun ones that's out there, all the decorating, everything like that. I started thinking about, with all the decorations that are out there, all the Halloween things going on there, what can we do to make Villa Park a destination where people want to come to for not necessarily on Halloween, but kind of like a festive time? And I don't know, so that's what I was coming to the commission for, is asking hey, is there anything we could do to brainstorm on ideas to make Halloween even more exciting here? We have joyful traditions in the winter, and that's a great event. But we used to have Oktoberfest in the park here, and that was, I think, replaced by Brewfest, kind of, more of an adult geared event. So I want to try to see if we could do something more family friendly, not necessarily bring back Oktoberfest, but maybe something around that, or have something Halloween themed. And kind of make Villa Park a known destination where people be like, hey, let's go check that out. This Halloween, I don't know if you saw it, but on Ardmore Avenue especially, and there's probably some other places, some of the residents took it upon themselves to create their own scarecrows. Like, just out of nowhere, they got a bunch of scarecrows, dressed them up, did their whole thing. And it kind of took off. More and more people started doing it. So I think that small things like that kind of add an element of uniqueness to Villa Park, especially around those times. So that's kind of what I was kind of hoping we would kind of talk about, to see if that's something the commission would be interested in. Is that something that Villa Park needs or could use or would like? And I think the Fun Commission is a commission to go to. I mean, you guys have done such a good job in the past. I think out of all the commissions, you have shown yourself in the past to be very valuable asset to the village in what you produce and your community engagement, and that's what it's really all about. You guys right now are the only commission that I know of that has junior commissioners, which is so cool. So not only that, but you're reaching out to the youth of Villa Park as well, and getting them involved in civic engagement, and possibly getting them ready to maybe even fill some commission spots when they get older, or maybe, run for office or go on the board or contribute that way. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing it forever, I'll tell you that. But while I'm here, some of the ideas that I've had, I just think they could be explored a lot. As a board, we're really starting to communicate a lot more with each other. That's why you see a lot of the committee of the wholes. That's why a lot of the, we're now recording and audio recording commission meetings so that everybody has access to all of the information. We could all hear the ideas that are going on, we could all share. And so I think that's a good point here. So,
I really do think we should call it a podcast.
yeah, hey, so like you said that last night, and I'm like, did you guys really create your own podcast? And I wanna know about it. I have it in my notes, I like circle it and everything. But
We need
that's
somebody to
a
help
great
us.
idea though. I mean, even just calling it a podcast is something fun for somebody, a resident to be like, well, I gotta check it out. Maybe it's, And the other thing about just being more transparent by having everything audio recorded is that there are a lot of people in our town. A lot of them have different levels of expertise, different levels of things that they're professionals in. And, not everybody has the luxury of necessarily having a 9-to-5 job or can even make commission meetings or board meetings or what have you. But they do have access to YouTube. They have access to smartphones where, on their ride to work, they can, watch the meeting or listen to it. And then hopefully engage some of those residents that might have some expertise and professional in some of these areas that can help our commission somehow. So I think right now we're just kind of in this this idea phase, brainstorming idea of what kinds of things do we want to see in Villa Park here. We're in the middle of our strategic plan, and our comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is basically something, it's a plan that is basically a 10 to 20 year roadmap for Villa Park on how we want to build, what we want to do economic development wise. A strategic plan is basically how we're going to get there as well. And so with all of this strategic planning, I figure why not? Let's get the commissions involved and see if there are ideas out there, kind of like, how do we make Villa Park a Halloween destination. So that's kind of why I'm here, is just kind of brainstorm with you. I don't expect anything right away or anything like that. This is definitely an ongoing thing, but I would just like to see if this is something that you think would be worthy of your time and worthy of the community, doing something for the community.
What do you think, Carla, about adding something like the Scarecrow building or adding that to the Autumn Jubilee?
Or at least, so I do know of the Ardmore lady. I don't know who she is, but I think I can find out who she is. She actually went to her neighbors and offered them these packages. But I think Parks and Rec did something like that also.
The year prior.
Okay.
And then I was driving down Ardmore and I'm like, I thought we were going to put all the scarecrows at Village Hall. I saw all the scarecrows. And then I realized it was something separate.
I think it would be neat whether it is Parks and Rec or this woman. I don't know how or where she gets her stuff. Like, she delivered it to their house.
Okay.
Even. But if we have a booth at Autumn Jubilee where people can order them or pre-order them, regardless of who it is. Parks and, I don't know that you might have your hands full and that might be too much for you guys to do, or.
I can bring it back to them and ask if, they want to, if we want to start the process of we'll already have been advertising it, but we can say you can stop by the booth at the Autumn Jubilee.
So they can know how to order. Then did you guys deliver? Oh no, because you had them at the village. So I think it's that people had them in their house, in front of their houses. And it did look cool going down Ardmore to see the different.
It's pretty neat.
Different, because they decorated with their own clothes and so forth. So there was their own touch to it.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
Does the commission have dates for the Autumn Jubilee coming up in the fall?
This is what we've been talking about today.
Hey, excellent. So that's the other thing then too, is maybe this should be tied in right into Autumn Jubilee. And if that's the case, how do we make it an even better event and add upon it every year? Joyful Traditions has kind of done that. The National Night Out with the police and the fire department last year, that was really cool, and they keep building upon that event. that event, this last one, really had a great turnout. There was a lot of people over by the museum over there, and in that stretch by Fuel and Crowd in the parking lot. So, hey. But yeah, no, so if Autumn Jubilee is the time, then I think let's make it even better. Whatever kind of help that you need, especially from the board, if you have ideas, feel free to send it to my way, Carrie's way, or anybody's way. And we support you 100%, but again, it was just an idea I had. It wasn't necessarily saying like, hey, I want to report by, next meeting or anything like this. It was more or less just to start the conversations and think
Giving
about
us
how
permission.
Do we want to do this over a week period of time, are you thinking, or are you thinking?
What do you think? I mean, it's up to you. I think
I don't want to abscond the whole fall festival with this. I don't know what your feeling
which
is.
brings me to like your vision. Is it just an event, or is it here's a map of houses that are participating kind of thing, or?
so. It's
Ooh,
not
that would be
necessarily. It's
cool.
not necessarily. It's not
Yeah, that
necessarily my
walking you were talking
vision.
about.
It's more or less, can we do something, and what do you think? What can we do? And maybe it ties right into Autumn Jubilee. Maybe it doesn't.
Last year or the year before, were you gonna do the scary stories video? Did
Yeah,
you do it?
we didn't do that. The cable commission has had troubles creating a quorum, and some of our membership isn't there anymore. I know how to do that. If that's an idea that you have and you need some video editing or anything like that, I can help you with that. Or I could point you in the right direction.
I
But
thought it was a cool
um,
idea.
it would be cool. What I like to do a lot too is, I think it's very interesting to tie in Villa Park history to events, or even whether it be, just trivia questions. Oh, the signs that you put out everywhere, that was really cool too. A lot of people got that. We saw it all over social media. That was a big thing too. But you can see it. People are drawn to trivia, to history. And Villa Park has a lot of it. I mean, we all know that Ovaltine, without Ovaltine, Villa Park might not have survived part of that depression there. Ovaltine factory passed out food and everything to its employees, and Villa Park was kind of a central hub surviving that area. So Ovaltine played a huge part in there. We're known for Little Orphan Annie with Ovaltine, also with Captain Midnight. There are so many things that go on here. And not just the actual history, but there's a lot of stories too, a lot of myths, urban legends, ghost stories, things like that.
What about like a human library on the play path? We could almost have a human, where
That's a good idea.
each person would have their story. You're saying a scary story. They have
Yeah.
a scary story, and they would start at one end, and a bunch of people, and they sit in a human library, and this person sits in their chair, maybe dressed up in a costume or something, and says their story.
That sounds
about
fun.
this or
Yeah.
this or
Make it a
this.
coffin.
And then they move down to the next one. And you could go down the prairie path a little way.
Yeah,
Sven
or
Gully.
something like that.
Sven
Like
Gully.
Sven
It would
Gully
be
in
easy.
the
We
coffin.
could partner up with the Historical Preservation Commission. Lori Lococo is over there, with Carol. And they could easily probably come up with a handful of characters from Villa Park's past with a little brief synopsis. If you had any actors or anybody that wanted to do that, that'd be a pretty cheap and inexpensive way of entertainment too.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I didn't necessarily have a specific idea or a specific plan, but I think Villa Park, and traditionally I've seen this too, is that Villa Park really likes celebrating Halloween. We get good turnouts, even on Halloween too. So just trying to think of how can we draw more people into Villa Park around that time frame.
How hard would it be to take over like that little stretch of the Great Western Trail from Ardmore to Villa and to make it into like a haunted trail?
So that's a great question. That would be a lot of fun, and I don't see that being an issue. What I do know that is the Great Western Trail is completely separate from the Illinois Prairie Path. The Illinois Prairie Path is managed, well, it's portioned through DuPage County, and then like Cook preserves their section and so forth. I'll have to find out who actually owns that property. It might actually, I don't know if it's village owned, it might be, but I'll find out. If it's village owned, it makes it a whole lot easier. We would just have to talk with staff, maybe about like liability and things for if, or how it ties into an event or something like that. But what a great idea. I mean, that's a fun little part there.
I
Yeah.
still like the idea someone came up with on COVID, so I can't take it with having a light parade down the path in the
Yeah.
evening with costumes.
Well, and there you go. I so like the trick or trunk event that happens there, and when the Villa Avenue Business District does their Halloween costume contest down there as well. I know before they kind of just paraded right around Cortese Park there, but now that might give them an opportunity to, you know, have a nice little parade area there. But I don't know, this is just some ideas that I've seen. You know, I've got kids, we love Halloween in our house, we love scary stories, we love being involved in the community. And I thought this commission is the commission to go to because of how successful you've been and how you've produced in the past. So again, this is just a brainstorming thing, but you know, we could touch base on it closer to whenever. If this is an undertaking that you want to talk about over many years or something, like we can do that. But I think it's important to at least get the ball rolling and talking about some of these things, because just that brainstorming idea or that process gets a lot of cool ideas out there that, hey, we might be able to try this and it might work. So,
Right. Well, you try them, if it works, it works,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, we had a few things last year that didn't work, but, you know, so, but if you don't try them, you don't know
yeah.
if people are gonna think they're as cool as I do.
And last year was our first autumn jubilee, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, so I think that's a great start. And one of the biggest things though, like before, is when, even before I joined the board, you know, our family, we used to go to Lions Park there during Oktoberfest, and
Right?
it was fun. You know, they had some carnival rides, they had food vendors, all sorts of, bands, all sorts of things. And
Events for kids, that's what was on the set on the
Yeah.
alligator.
I think there were even at one point different vendors that, you know how like years ago when Lombard would have their 4th of July fest out there, kind of something like that. But it was kind of a little bit smaller scale here in Villa Park that just kind of fit right in that nook there. But that was something we enjoyed. I love going with my kids. Kids had a good time. And then it stopped, and then Brewfest happened. And Brewfest is great, it's great, but I didn't think that there was anything that was still geared towards families or kids. And so Autumn Jubilee is awesome. I hope that we can expand upon that, make that event even bigger. And like I said, maybe this is something that kind of ties into that or goes hand in hand, or maybe do something separate. But I think it's important that we still focus on Halloween and that time frame.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's all I have, you know, and again, like I said, let's brainstorm, this is fun. And if you guys need any support from
I
us
think
on
we
the
got it,
board,
well,
go to Carrie,
good
go to
ideas
me,
already.
any of the board members. And let us
Carrie
know
is
your
fantastic.
ideas.
Yeah.
Absolutely, let us know
Okay.
your ideas, and we
You're
will
scary.
do whatever we can to help work with you and make those happen. So,
Well, this year we're also going to start talking about fundraising for something. We have some ideas.
okay.
fundraising.
Yes.
Fundraising.
Fundraising. But like for a community project, like whether that is to get
Excellent.
a new clock or replace.
I see.
Fix the
I
clock.
know Jeannie Nicholson was really interested in trying to figure out how we can repair that clock. And she had brought that up to me a couple of years ago, and more recently, within the last year, I asked the manager about that. And Gina, I don't know if you know at all, but I've been told that we really don't know much other than the clock parts. They cost like $25,000.
Yeah, it's very
or something like
expensive.
this to fix those. So I know I've heard rumors, and I don't know if it came from the commission or elsewhere, about having kind of like a Back to the Future theme.
Yeah.
Save the clock tower, and
Mary.
really cool.
It's a great idea.
That is really cool.
That could be a whole year thing, really, because
Yeah.
to raise 25 that much money. I did touch base with Rotary Park and on Facebook, and they kind of said, yeah, well, we'll get somebody to talk to you after we find, you know, so
Yeah.
it's not like they said, no, that's stupid. So if we
Yeah.
pursue that, we might get some help from them as well.
And then apparently there's a DeLorean.
There's a DeLorean. Dave said there's a DeLorean you can rent or somehow get
Okay.
out for event. There's a museum out in Crystal Lake,
Okay.
or not a museum, a repair shop. There's skate park. We could do something at the skate park. I mean, it would be like almost a whole year of doing different events.
Yeah.
See if we can get to show the movie at one of the movies. There could be trivia. There
Yeah.
could be so many things.
Yeah, there's a
to
lot you
that.
can do. I think that's fun. I think if it's promoted well, and there's enough hype generated behind it, it will be successful. And things like that, campaigns like that, they do take time. So if you're in the beginning stages of it now,
I'm
it
thinking
doesn't
next
necessarily
year.
have to be for this year. It could be for a year, it could be 2 years down. But if you plan that perfectly, you guys can promote that, that could be a hit. Not only will you get a clock tower working again, but you'll get a lot of people happy about that. You'll probably get a lot of
Us,
exposure,
maybe?
you know. And I think that's Willow Park is kind of in a stage right now where economic development is really starting to come to the forefront. We're going to be having a lot of economic development soon, and that in itself brings attention to Villa Park. Let's bring some more things to Villa Park.
Well, we got a nice plug from the mayor of Elmhurst just recently. And,
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
What was that about?
About affordable housing.
Well, they said they can't afford to live in Elmhurst, so they're
Yeah.
coming here. So that's a
We're
mixed,
lucky.
Yeah, it was sort of
Very
a
lucky.
Yeah.
backhanded.
but hey, we'll take.
I don't wanna misquote, just take a look at the article.
Yeah. But if they want to send people
The patch.
our way
charge them extra.
into Villa Park, let's give them a reason to come here,
Yeah.
right?
And lastly, before we have to go, I just want to thank you all for your time and effort, for just being here and being here consistently. I know you're not getting paid, and I know sometimes that's hard, especially volunteering your own time away from family, friends, or whatnot. And I truly appreciate it. And I know there's other board members that do as well. And we are completely here to support you as well. So if there is anything that you need, we always have open door policy. You can call me, text me anytime, pull me up to the side or whatnot, and just let us know. We will work together to make things happen. That's what it's about. So, but thank you for having me. You guys have a good night. We got to get out of here.
Thank you so
all right?
much.
All right. Take care.
Good luck.
Yeah, have fun.
Are those fortune cookies able to,
Good for you.
Did you eat all your dinner?
You can't hand somebody their fortune, you have to pick your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be the hand of fate.
Okay.
is there enough food that I can take too?
Take mine. You can have mine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat it. You eat it. I don't.
Oh, you can eat all of them.
I have to eat all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we have any
What, can I get
other
one? What do you mean?
public,
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
do we have any other public comments on agenda items? Okay. Amendments to agenda. And then, I need to change that on there, but let's approve the minutes. Does everybody have a copy of the minutes?
Yeah. Would that previous be under public comments on agenda items?
Yes.
We're taking those. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Does somebody want to motion to approve?
A motion to approve.
Anyone want a second?
I second.
Still looking.
I second.
Okay. Awesome. So, moving right along, we have a bunch of stuff to work on this evening. That's why we brought in the pizza and the goodies, because we figured that we may be here for a while, so if anybody has to take off, we totally understand. But let's see how much we can get through. What I would like to do tonight is talk about the various commission positions and responsibilities. I would love it if we could get at least a tentative calendar put together that we can give to Cheryl and to Donnie, so that at least we get some dates in newsletter, on the village calendar, so on and so forth. We can always add to that, but let's see if we can't
And
get
see
to
if we
that
can get
point.
the dates that we want.
Yes, yes. All right, so, let's start with commission positions. I know we talked a little bit about it last month, that, maybe co-chair position. I'm willing to stay on, with the help of someone else. Or if someone else is interested in being chair, that's a possibility too. So, ideas, suggestions? I'm not. I'm not.
A Sonic.
All right, so
What's the driver behind that? Let me ask, if you don't mind.
what is the driver behind
Yeah.
that? It's just because we're getting bigger and we're doing more things, it would help significantly to have a second person that's out there.
Delegate.
Right, to delegate and let me just say what I was thinking. I was thinking that it would be wonderful to have Carla co-chair with me, because she is great at graphs and lists and organizing, and I think I do better with publicity and with people. So, that's my thought. But if anybody else is interested,
Sounds awesome.
that's okay.
I vote for
We're all,
Carl.
Are we voting? Is this a vote?
well, just, yeah.
But what other positions are there that,
Secretary, and I did talk to Kathy, she is willing to stay on as secretary, but she also doesn't object if someone else wanted to take that over. Any volunteers?
that's not exactly me. Eliza, you've been doing. it.
Eliza is
Yeah, I think it'd be Eliza,
Alright.
or, I mean, if Kathy's willing to do it, I think she did a good job, and maybe we can.
Yes.
um,
And if Eliza's willing to be backup, if when, okay, all right. And then, we thought that, Carla and I talked a little bit, and we were thinking that rolling the financial person or treasurer position into the co-chair position. I think that makes the most sense. Again, this way we stay on top of it, right?
So people will be in charge of it instead of a bunch of things, and.
And then I think the rest of the positions, if you're cool with handling the social media and doing what you do so well as far as, our artwork and so on and so forth, Eliza, I'd like you to stay there.
Whatever you want.
Okay. And then Dave, our resident DJ and IT
Whatever else,
person, I can tell you that we definitely are gonna want more Google Forms this year for various things that we're doing, and again, I think you did an excellent job at that
I was
last year.
also gonna say in the video space, I mean, I don't know if there was some demand there, but I mean, like, he was talking about doing, I mean, that's all stuff, I can do all that type of stuff, so
Awesome.
done stuff at work for podcasts and video cast type stuff, so.
Yeah, because,
Well, now that we know that you're really good at that and like to do
I
it.
didn't say that, I said I can't.
Well, we won't, you'll be good at
I
it.
wanna-
You're always
you gotta
good at
set the
things you
bar
like
low.
to do. Maybe we'll think
But
of
yeah,
that more
I mean,
now,
anything with
that
that,
Dave
so.
can, we'll heap that on your plate.
and then Alana.
Just stay as junior commissioner.
Well, what if we made you more of an ambassador for the Fund Commission and really gave you some opportunities to talk to other kids in the village and encourage them? I mean, you're already doing it. You're already talking to people. You're already coming to us with ideas of what the kids in Villa Park would be interested. I mean, you know, I think you have a lot to bring to the table, so I think you should be our youth ambassador. That will be your official title. How's that?
Air conditioner.
All right.
Youth conditioner.
So, if everybody's cool with that. All right. Oh, wonderful. All right, so then moving along, 2024 calendar events, required permits. So that, I guess, everybody should have a form, a copy of our approved budget.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Everybody deserves. We worked for it last year and we showed that we
Yes,
could do it. And I think that's great.
and thank you, Carrie, for helping that get through. All
Did you
right.
have to, like, get any meetings?
No, not even once.
So let's, I know that Mary brought the calendar. And we do have these pretty much in the order of how they would come up during the year. But let's talk about the ones that are going to need permits. And that would be kites and kicks. The Prairie Path, we also need the permit for.
When you say permit, do you just mean like a
The
park
pavilion.
reservation?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You mean for Autumn Jubilee?
No, I meant
We need
for
to
the,
reserve the pavilion, is that what you're saying?
the pavilion for the cleanup at the end of April.
So
And
with the
then-
reservation.
Kites and kicks, we need to reserve.
We need
And that's the
to-
first question that we need to start talking about is what parks are going to be available. We know that there is a lot of community development going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lyons is under construction. Lufkin is under construction.
What about Rotary? Do you know anything about that Prairie Path, when they're gonna finish that?
I don't have a date. Do you have a date for when they're gonna finish the connection with the trail? I don't, I'm sorry. I can try to find out and get back to you. You've had it at Rotary previously, right?
Yes, the last 2 years.
I have not heard that Rotary is not gonna be available.
It's still kind of accessible right now, except
Yeah.
you just can't use the,
Yeah.
you can't use the walkway. They
Yeah,
still have
that's
the
a-
parking lot there, they still have
Yeah,
the
the
streets
back-
that you're.
And the
I'll be
pavilion
there,
is
but I don't know
available.
what kind of the mud
Ooh,
paths
I
are
wanted
gonna-
to, kind of a little bit off topic, but I wanted to let you know that there is a picnic table that people have moved into like the woodsy area.
Oh, at Rotary?
Yeah.
Okay,
I found it I saw it when I was going south on 83.
okay.
So we might just want to pull that back out. Kids.
Kids.
It's like, oh, that's interesting. That's where that one went.
Picnic table. Rotary.
I don't know what condition it's in, but I just saw it out of the corner of my eye now that everything's gone.
I'll mention it to Brian.
It's bare. I'm like,
tomorrow.
oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. I don't have any notes about Rotary being unavailable.
Well,
If
we'll go
that's-
on the assumption that it's available, and then maybe we can use Dave's Park as a backup for kids and kids.
Or do we want
What's
to
your
just
park?
start with Dave's?
Do we start with Dave's?
Oh, I was gonna ask about Twin Lakes, because that's a nice,
Flooding there though? I've heard of
Yeah,
it,
I'd
I just
rather-
don't know.
Where?
Not,
What's the matter?
I said, does anybody know about flooding there? I've heard just stuff like that in the
It's
past.
behind her.
But Eliza says she'd rather have it at
I'd
Rotary.
rather have that Rotary.
Well, it's more convenient for us.
Well, and if you can get a little foot traffic there, I don't know
Yeah.
about.
I don't know if I want it the way the park is now. If it's gonna have all those muddy paths through it, I don't know if that's.
I don't think so. I would think by June it'll be
You wanna
pretty
do it in
cleaned up.
June again? That was kinda late, don't you think?
No.
I do.
so the
Or
park
Very beginning of June.
does hold water. I mean, the intention was for it to be able to hold water the next time. We got a 100-year storm, which seems to happen every couple years.
So Rotary you're
Rotary,
talking
yes.
about. Yeah,
Well, we haven't had fun.
Rotary is more of a flood issue, I think, than Twin Lakes.
There's a geese over there.
Huh?
Geese over there.
Yeah, a lot of geese. But everybody, I mean, geese are everywhere. There's just,
Yeah.
we've tried so many different things with the geese over there.
I feel like we
People
get
rent
more
swans.
foot
Have you heard of
traffic
that?
from
Like, do
people
people rent
walking
swans to
where we
keep
bring
geese
them
away
in.
from
I've
farms?
heard of that,
I hear
yes.
they're expensive though.
I'd like to try something different, but we'll have to
You
see.
let me, what do you think then?
I don't know. I'd have to
They
go
come in
to,
and you enjoy
Dave,
them. Enjoy them.
I went to the park a couple times, once or twice, and saw it there, so I don't remember what the
Same.
tree
Well, I think most,
situation is.
There's an open field by
Twin Lakes.
by Twin Lakes,
The
right next
bathrooms
to,
that work?
uh,
Yeah.
the playground,
The two things.
right?
Oh yeah, they have soccer practices on there, so it's not used a ton, but I will say there are some soccer nets up there now, so I don't know what that schedule looks like, but it's really an underutilized park. I mean, I've
Yeah.
lived there my whole life and it doesn't get used a lot. There's also a baseball field there as well. And then there is a little there's a little park bench area. It's only like 3 benches,
Yeah,
but
it's
there
not-
is a little.
Yeah, and it's kind of connected, it's on the other side of where the bathrooms, you access the bathrooms. There's a pavilion connected to it with picnic tables.
Oh, maybe I should take
We
a
could
look
even
at that.
put in a fishing event. We could tie a
She's
fishing
happy
event.
about the fishing.
They have the dock. They have a dock. People
Yes.
fish off of there.
Yeah,
I've gone many times.
Kites, kicks, and fish.
Fish kicks.
Fish cakes.
Fish kicks.
Sounds
So we drop the
funny.
kites, just go with fish
Fish
kicks.
kicks. We'll have a fish truck. Oh, that would be so funny.
All right.
do we just wanna pick a date?
Yeah, we
That's
need
the
to settle on a
Most
date.
important thing.
So like, when we were talking, throwing out all of our things, we were coming up with a budget, I had written down June 9th so we could advertise at the school.
Sure.
But it's your decision.
What
I
else
just jotted
do
that down
what
back
else
then.
do we
I don't-
I
have
just don't want
going
it to be
on?
too early, cause then can be not nice out. I want it to be nicer out.
Well, I
And to
think,
me, when you
When
go earlier in the
is
season, it's rain and cold and.
the summer
nobody's
festival?
coming out.
Agreed.
June 22nd.
June 22nd.
well, so that won't be 2 in a row.
What was June
So
22nd?
the
Summer festival.
16th or the 9th? Oh, the 16th is Father's Day, so that doesn't work. So it would have to probably be the 9th.
I feel like this
I think
is
it's the
the
only day.
exact same conversation
But
we
we
had when we
had
came
it,
up with that.
Okay, so then the 9th.
Okay, June 9th.
Wait, what's June 9th?
It's-
Kites and kicks.
June 9th.
Kites, kicks,
Done.
and fishing.
But we're aiming for Rotary with the Twin Lakes as a backup.
Well, let's look and see if there's anything else we can do with that.
So at Coffee with the Board in the minutes, it says that President Kazone had followed up and said that it was supposed to be done, the Tri-Trail Connector is supposed to be done in the spring. There's no
Yeah.
definite finish date in the spring.
If they're doing construction or something in there, could that have an impact? Even though you're saying it's on the trail, but
Yeah.
is there any risk to, even if they're just working on the trail, that we might not be able to have the park area?
They're not really in the park at all. It's really
Okay.
more on the street, like on Monterey.
Okay, I
And
don't even
then
know what's going
they
on
have
over
like a newer section that they're using from Monterey to, and like that, I think it's called Home Avenue, but it's not really a street. It's kind of like that weird. Yeah, so it's in between like two homes. That goes from Monterey, the street, into the path. The
It
bike
has a
path.
name there.
From
Home
Wildwood
Yeah,
all
Home
the
Avenue.
way
Did you know
down.
that? I didn't know that either.
It used to be a street,
It's-
right?
I don't know. I thought it was somebody's driveway. It's Home
Yeah.
Avenue. And then
Kept
somebody's
saying
driveway is like there. And it's like,
I wanted that house because they had their own street.
I think I wrote it.
Kind of a mini street in between two houses, but it just looks like a driveway. But they're doing the tri-trail connection. They're connecting all the trails for a bike path. It's going to be really cool.
Okay. Let's jump down to Autumn Jubilee because that is the one that we really need to get a permit in quickly.
Putting two permits.
Yes.
So August, September.
When was it last year?
We did
When is
September last year?
October,
Last
Brewfest?
year was September 29th, so the last Saturday. in
October
September.
5th. And there's a couple other events that have turned their reservations in, so we have to,
Yeah, what are they?
hold on, I have them right here. Okay. So September 28th, there's an event, and possibly the 29th. That's a Sunday, though. You want to have it on a Saturday, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then October 5th is Brewfest. And then the 12th, right now, is open, October 12th. And then the 19th on a Saturday is not available.
What
So,
kind of event is that, is it a run or a?
which date?
The 28th of September?
It's the event that the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation puts on.
Oh, we don't
They-
know what that is.
It's a bigger event.
On October 12th, it would be
Yeah,
weird to
I mean-
incorporate more
Well, and we don't know where that's gonna be, is
It
it?
is it weird again.
I have it on the calendar as of the 28th, on the 28th of September.
And but it's gonna, is it at that same place, the museum? Is that
Well,
what you're
it's
talking
on
about?
the Prairie Path. So, and I think they do a little bit of a loop, if I'm not mistaken. They're riding quite a distance.
They ride bikes?
Yes.
Okay.
I do like September 21st because I feel like we might have more luck to have the nicer weather.
Are your pumpkins gonna be in the
October is kind of,
Hit or
you
miss.
think about it as being iffy, but it seems like with what's happening with our seasons, they're sort of shifting.
Yeah.
And so we're getting more nice weather in October now than we were 20 years ago.
So what do you guys think of October 12th? Any thoughts, feelings?
I think your pumpkin should be there, but, because October 31st.
Did you say the 12th was open?
I did.
Okay, but not the following weekend. So if it's gonna be in October, it can't be the 5th, it can't be the following weekend. So any later,
No,
it's gonna be.
I like October 12th.
yeah.
I do
feel
have
like
one
that. Yeah, go ahead.
thing about the 12th, Indigenous Peoples' Day, formerly Columbus Day, is on Monday. Will people be out of town? Because it's a 4-day weekend.
It's a 4-day weekend?
Well, that generally people have that day off.
Monday off?
So it might be a 4-day weekend
And
for
the
people that
11th
go out of
is,
town.
the 11th is typically a teacher institute.
Oh, is it?
Where do
The
people
Friday
go?
before?
So just a thought, because it's a long weekend for people. Just so we get the most traffic.
But some people don't go out of town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going anywhere, I work, but
Yeah, I know.
September
just a
21st
I'm a
is,
teacher, I stay here.
Yeah. Right.
is probably, I don't want to say this because I'm afraid I'm going to get jinxed, but if you were concerned about weather, I would think September 21st would be
Warm.
a better chance of having not so cold weather.
what was 90?
Yeah, it was the 22nd.
Like,
It was
who's,
so
I
hot.
had to go home and change.
It was,
Yeah.
I was
So
sweating.
sweaty. We
Which
had
isn't
our
a bad, it's a good
sweatshirts
thing.
that
I
we
don't
made.
know.
We made sweatshirts.
Yeah, so hot.
I had that.
We need tanks this time.
My concern is pumpkins, if you want to tie that in with the pumpkins. I think September 21st, you're not gonna have any pumpkins there, I bet. I just bet. I don't know, I could be wrong.
Oh, pumpkins are not,
So when you say
That's
September
early for
28th,
pumpkins.
there's an event, meaning
Let's go with
there's no people available to work?
Couple gourds.
I think that it could be a conflict with the location as well.
Right, okay.
The it's just that time is a crazy time, so some people didn't get their dates last year, and I think they tried to get their applications in sooner.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I thought we were doing good, but I guess not.
I mean,
We're
it's,
still
it's,
January.
it's January.
Yeah, really.
Wasn't there an event earlier in the day, that same day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that wasn't, I don't think that was this. It was
There
not,
was a
yeah.
bike thing.
Wasn't
It
that
was
the
the Easter
Easter
seals.
seals? Yeah.
Well, if you wanna do the 21st, that's fine with me. I think then you probably won't have that, you won't be able to do that, any of the Halloween attachment, but then we'll just have to do something else. Maybe we can do
If we
something
were
else
to,
later
if we were
on.
to do October 12th this year, that doesn't mean that we have to do middle of October next year.
No,
No.
I think it's
Kinda
worth
just see,
trying it, and I think that speaks to what Trustee Patrick was
yep.
suggesting too,
And I do
it's
think like
early
the pumpkins
enough.
and the decorating bag stuff was shockingly went really well.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked at how much the kids liked it. Those tables were always full.
Right, and I'll
Okay.
bet you pumpkin sales will go up
Yeah.
too, because it will be closer
To Halloween.
to Halloween.
Okay.
And
So
then-
October 12th?
yeah,
Okay.
Fill that thing out tonight.
Yep.
Thanks.
Can you pencil me in before I get my
Yep.
special permit?
Well,
Thank
this
you.
is the keeper of the keys.
I'll email you the final thing.
I checked with her before I
I've,
could, earlier today to
just going off of
check the
way
dates,
you have
so.
saying that we're last year, now that I know
Track of the
what a lot of that means.
Perfect.
Thank you, man.
Awesome, so.
Okay, so October 12th.
Yep.
Yeah.
That worked.
Hit
I
the
hope
wrong
that,
button.
does that work?
I am
Makes sense?
like an old
Good.
lady.
I'm glad you stayed, so. You're a good luck. You're a good luck charm.
Sorry. My garbage. I don't know where to put it.
Okay, so Autumn Jubilee is settled,
Yes.
okay?
So now we can go back up to the top of the list
I just was starting a bag for
and
everybody.
talk about Find Lucky. Is that something that we are going to do again?
Sure.
And
I'll work with you, Eliza, if you need some help.
Okay.
Maybe.
Me too.
Oh, you wanna do it? Okay. then.
I'll help too. Okay.
I don't want to overload you.
I don't want to overload you
Cold.
either.
Co-captain.
notice that Dave and I are not saying anything about that.
Noted.
Okay, so do we have it, when, March, isn't that March?
For the cleanup?
March 17th, January, February, March.
birthday.
So this might be
You're
working
gonna
out
have the
pretty
drawing
good.
on March.
March
17th.
17th is a Sunday.
That's good. Is that what we did? Did we do it on the 17th?
I don't think so.
I feel like we did it
before,
Much
or
difference, but
the first weekday after, I
They're
felt
talking
like.
about Find
Yeah.
Lucky, the
So
drawing.
you wanna
So
do
maybe
that?
Monday.
Because you made it go
The
through.
18th?
it's gonna be, is it gonna be a week again of looking for Lucky?
Yeah,
And then, so do we want to do that the 17th?
The
leprechaun.
Or the,
so it started on the 1st, I think, so we'll do 2.
We contract with a
Wanna do 2
leprechaun
weeks?
to come in and
or
hide
the
in
3rd
different stores.
through,
People
That's what
have
the
to
junior
find
commissioner
them.
does.
I feel like
Dresses
it
like
was
a leprechaun
weekday.
and hides.
You came
I
from
would
work
just look,
and it
yeah.
was in the evening.
He's
It
short.
was on a
Because
week.
it's
Right here.
Saturday.
Me too.
Yeah.
There's
So
green
I think
wall.
they
The
did this Friday.
17th would have been a
Walks around
Friday
all
though
the
last year.
Well,
Maybe it was
we
the
can do the
17th.
award anytime we want. When do we
Yeah,
want to
this
do
is
the
true.
looking?
Yeah, I think
Eliza.
people looking the 1st through the 17th.
Yeah, I
Friday
think that's
through
great.
Saturday, so that's two.
Any businesses
2
you
weeks, 2 days,
want me to
okay. So.
reach out
the
to,
first,
anyone?
Find Lucky.
So it's running 1st through the 17th?
Yeah, anyone have any suggestions for businesses to go to?
I think what we do is we go to the businesses and we ask them if they want to participate and if they would be willing to give a prize from their location, basically like we did last year with, wasn't it
Wait,
gift
She had a basket.
certificate.
They had a basket, didn't you? You made a basket.
Yeah.
I made a
for
basket.
gifts, yeah, you got collections from everybody.
I know that the Economic Development Commission is also working on making connections with business owners, local business owners, so I wonder if that's something you can partner up with, or some people that you can partner up
Do
with
they
if you know
have
anybody.
meetings?
They do have meetings, I don't remember when.
What do-
That's
would
the
you wanna stick
one
with the
that
Chamber of
Patrice
Commerce
is
on
on.
I think
I don't,
the chamber right now is kind of in flux.
Okay.
and you have to pay to be in the chamber?
You have to pay to be a member.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think maybe open to all businesses.
Okay, I
would
see
be
what you're
good.
saying, yeah.
And we did not renew.
Correct.
Okay.
Economic, what's it, economic, who's
The
the
city
Economic
Chamber
Development, let me
Commission.
look at the calendar.
For
That's,
Fund Commission?
Oh.
Is it coming out of their budget?
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that, and we're gonna give out the award on Monday, the 18th? Is
Yeah.
that what you decided?
For the Find Lucky Award. You have to collect so many tickets and things.
Okay, just let us so that we can. Thanks.
This works out pretty good because
So anyway, that would be my suggestion, is that whatever businesses we,
Yeah, I was just
feature,
saying if anyone had a suggestion for businesses.
spread it out.
Yeah.
I think, let's go up to like Charlie's Subs is a new,
Yes, I was gonna say,
yep.
they were
and
newer
also
to the
on
chamber
Roosevelt
too.
Road,
We really
they
wanted to
have-
be
Yeah,
involved.
down
the
there.
curling
Yeah.
place,
Mhm.
and why not that swimming place? I mean, we could
Oh,
go
the
find
the
out
swim
what
school,
that
is it
think-
Goldfish?
I don't know. But
It's
we
not the
were
British.
see.
It's
Oh, British swim
I think it's
school, yeah.
British, the British
Yeah,
swim
if
school.
they were
Roosevelt?
willing to-
Yeah.
I don't know what they do there, but.
That's
Swim lessons.
Swim lessons.
That is Villa Park,
Do
yeah.
they do birthday parties?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I just,
underwater.
somebody that works in Parks and Rec also is a lifeguard for us in the summer, teaches there, that's why
Okay.
I suppose the name though does
It's
lead you to
Weird,
think, yeah.
you do a double take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's usually a restaurant, right?
it used to be a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah.
Simon's, are you
So
talking
I'm
about
sorry, you
Simon's?
said
No,
Charlie.
it was,
Or
Cappy's
that-
Cappy's.
You
Yeah,
said
that's what I
Charlie
meant.
Subs? Okay.
on North Avenue.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
could check that swimming place and
Used to be
curling
Campbell's
place.
The Economic Development Commission meets on the 21st of February. At 5:30.
Are they in our seats?
Yeah, they're here.
Okay.
Darn it.
Windy City Curling,
I have just a quick question about the
British Swim School.
Find Lucky. On the 18th, when you pick the winner or what have you, is that supposed to be at a board meeting or does it not? Because I didn't look at the board schedule.
We
Okay.
did it live on
Okay.
Facebook, which was a questionable decision.
Really? We'll need David, but we will pre-look at it.
I am never speaking on Facebook Live
Yeah,
ever
it
again.
was
in
a
my
questionable
life.
decision.
You traumatized
We were
me.
trying to be upfront and honest.
My favorite is the tree where you had to do a voiceover.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Karen,
Well, thank you.
I was in front
Oh,
of
did you see the one for Find Lucky?
I did. I'm not good at
The
mentioning
winner
it.
was-
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
recording.
we might need to have like
I think we'll
a
well,
Yeah.
10-second delay.
Yeah, yeah, off-screen drawing.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
It was hilarious.
It was
but-
memorable.
It was memorable.
Out of there.
We've learned a lot.
Our junior ambassador could dress up as. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no. Okay, got it.
Okay, so we have,
So we have 4?
For
do we have
what?
4?
For some places.
You know, we could start,
We
Do
just
would we wanna
suggestions.
facilitate?
Just
I mean,
suggestions.
Would we want to facilitate that question to see, like, on the fund commission to see if put on there also? I'm not saying if anybody on here owns a local business that wants to participate. I don't know.
I've been doing that on Facebook when I'm announcing winners and who donated a $25 gift card, and I've been saying, hey, any other businesses that want to do it. So yeah, we can certainly.
So specifically for like the lucky thing, I'm wondering if like before would we want to post something showing Lucky wants to hide at your local business? I don't know.
Yeah, For sure, I'm happy
And
to
we
ask.
can always use gift certificates, whether it's for Lucky or not.
I mean, the
If
other
people
thing
want.
too, we have a budget, and I feel like I went to the new Taco Villa, and I said, "Oh, hey, your new business," and he was basically like, "Listen, still in the red," and I was like, "You know what? We should be supporting them.
Yep.
Like we should be buying it. We have a budget. We should be buying gift
If we
certificates
have
for
a
stuff."
budget,
I
guess
feel
we
like
can.
asking them to give us stuff, especially these small businesses that really need the business. If we have a budget, maybe we should be buying. Just my thought. Someone who owns a
Free
business.
publicity. That's the way I feel about it. What do you think?
I see both sides.
Yeah.
I see both sides. At this, right, because they get the gift card, now they have a new customer potentially. Or if it's $25 gift card, maybe they spent $50. So that they still made something off of it, maybe potentially.
And if they're giving a gift card for 25, I mean, it's what's out of pocket for them. I mean, they've got profit margin, so what are they really contributing? $10 of product. I get what you're saying. If it was 100, but yeah.
Just a thought.
I hear you though.
Prizes again? 4 prizes?
But-
We could,
do
we have,
4
did
if
four,
we,
yeah.
if we had, we only have 4 Luckies though, right?
Yeah.
So we could go get a couple
We have
more
4
Luckies
Luckies,
if we
yeah.
wanted to do 6 businesses, I don't
I
know.
think
If
4
they
is
are-
more manageable.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying though, and I'm wondering if.
I mean, like I
also-
was thinking about like Old Globe, but they're brand new.
Well,
I'd
that's
like
what with
people
the
to go
coffee
there.
people,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
Fill a
couldn't
perk.
go in there the first week they're open and say, hey, give us a gift certificate.
Right.
It's not what the.
I mean, well,
What about
Yeah.
place for services, like Hannah's or something like that?
J. Lauren Salon, she's expressed.
No?
Yeah, she's a little bit newer. Just
Yeah, I
just
think
something to
we've
think
been,
about.
we did a couple of automotive things, so, yeah, everybody's
Oh,
got a car.
I wonder if we could stage some videos to maybe further help show that we're not, if we do have them, provide gift cards to show what we're doing for them as a community, which is maybe to stage some videos to kind of release every 3 or 4 days to, maybe I don't even know if we did that. Maybe we did that, but maybe like a spotlight with a video and kind of like, talking a little bit to the business owners and saying, look, he's here. Did you know you can get tacos? And they have Taco Tuesday at this day. Like, could we do more to
I think
promote
that'd be
people?
great.
Yeah, I mean, we did like photos.
Yeah, I
And-
remember the
and-
I think
photos.
the
You know,
video
like-
would be really good though.
But if we did some video, I'm thinking maybe
But
we
we
could.
can't give away where
Where
Lucky's are.
No, but you
No,
could do
you
like
do
a
that
close-up
after.
image of it, where it's like.
I think you do that after.
Same thing with the photos.
So you do the
Oh, yeah,
drawing
yeah.
and then it's like, hey,
Huh.
thanks to our, sponsors or thanks to Lucky sponsors.
But I
Yeah.
know like Perry's Music, I don't think they had one person come in. I'm just saying
I
like
also couldn't figure out how to get in
the door. Just go.
there.
It is weird. You got to park behind
They're
it.
all
and- yeah.
Martine is in the back.
But that's
I was
key.
like, I
Just
can't
make
get
sure
in here,
people can-
Dave.
What's it?
I was like, Dave, you do it. I can't figure out how to get in.
So, but I'm just saying, like, if we had a video before, it would
Yeah.
give us an opportunity to spotlight the business. I think to get people. So just an
Yeah.
idea. I think we could do. I know I could do more to help. with
I'd like to do more to help the actual business. One of the ones we did last year isn't in business
And I
anymore.
think that's where you can also reach
To
out
me,
to the
you know what I
economic
mean? Like,
development.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
I think.
Which one was that?
White light.
Yeah, House of White Light.
Okay.
I don't know. So anyway, just a thought.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's gonna be in March.
So why don't you work with Dave
Yeah, they
as
have
far
to
as video?
We'll get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, get creative. And if you think of a business or a new business or someone you know, or
Yep.
let us know. Cool.
Kites and clip kicks. When did we say that was gonna be?
That is the
June 9th, wasn't it?
9th, June 9th.
And then while we're just getting started on this and we're just starting to talk about the budget amounts, I think it's worth a reminder here that while there is money dedicated to each one of these events that are coming up, they need to be run by the commission Carla and I moving forward, I think, so that we know how much money is being spent on this, so that we can stay on top of where we are with each of these.
And it'll be in like a Google Doc like we've done, so everyone can see it and have access to it.
Yeah. And we can utilize Gina, I believe, for a lot of purchases through Amazon if
Yep.
there's stuff, so
She's a great help.
need
last
to,
time.
we can start looking at that seriously and then just sending her the link,
Yep.
basically, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that makes it, you know, hopefully easier for you. And then, you know, financially, financial tracking makes it, you know, a little easier for the village too, because the money is allocated right when you spend it versus waiting for you guys to turn in receipts or something.
Yep.
And you don't have to hold on to those or worry about losing them. Yeah.
But yeah, please make sure whoever's buying whatever, that those receipts also get to Carla in particular. I'm putting you in charge of that.
The other thing with Amazon is I have a business account on my desktop that automatically does not charge tax. So that's
Yeah, that's what you have
helpful.
to
It's not like you have to ask every time.
Do they do food and things?
Pardon me?
Do they do food, like, and water and bottled water and things, or do
They
they
do.
not really
Some of
have-
that comes out of their, it's a different, it's Amazon, but it's Amazon.
Fresh?
The Amazon Fresh?
Yeah,
We order a ton of product, like,
Are their
Pardon?
prices comparable?
right.
that's the only reason we do that.
Yeah, it depends, you know, you have to know prices, because sometimes, you know, I think, oh, that sounds good, and then I see it someplace else, and I'm thinking, oh.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, you can get
I was just
good.
thinking that's sometimes easier than to just be like, let's get all of that,
Yeah.
instead
Most
of
easier.
carting it around all over, having extra or whatever.
It's nice because it gets delivered exactly where you want it.
Okay. So,
Mary, Mary, do you have a
moving
question?
Yeah.
I would like to do cicada day in April. Or cicada.
you wanna do it part of the Prairie Catholic?
I don't think we should do this.
We could, well,
I've got my umbrella ready.
they have, I think it's,
Like
I
this
think
year.
right now it should just be like a color contest. When is that?
Oh, we're talking about your plug for Cicada Day.
Oh, there you
At
go.
least it won't be this
Birthday,
bad for
when's
221 years.
Well, that's
This is a
something.
bad
Yeah.
time.
Isn't
But how can it be, have happened twice in my lifetime?
No.
I'm only
So this
56.
year-
This is
This
gonna be
year, there's the 13-year cicadas and the
They collide.
17-year at the same time.
Oh.
So the last time
It
it
was
happened was
bad
like
last time.
1803, and
Yes,
so it
and
won't
then-
happen again for another 221 years where they're on the same
They're
year.
talking that they may be commingling.
Okay, so we'll have a new breed.
Yes, we will.
That's
So
cool.
When do you want to do
is,
Cicada
Earth
Day, and what do you want to do?
Well, if we can do it maybe with Earth Day, because that's gonna be.
Earth Day is
cleanup.
Monday, April
It
22nd.
won't be on Monday.
But will the cicadas be out then?
Well, that's the trouble with cicadas, you know?
I don't think, you can't count on them?
Yeah, you can't.
They're so
unpredictable. Aren't they kind of like dead
They just-
summer? That's when
They
they're
just
the.
don't fill out their reservations and they just don't know.
Oh,
They don't get their
I know
permit in,
April.
Gina. They do not.
They don't
Those
care.
Cicadas, they don't care.
NBC 5 Chicago just posted.
About the rules.
When will the massive cicada emergence hit Illinois?
What do they
Here's
have?
what we know. Hang on.
They don't get your house, do
Only if you let them
They're
in.
literally
Leave your door open
everywhere.
there.
While
They're
any given
everywhere.
13-year-old brood
Think
and 17-year-old brood
crawling
can occasionally emerge at the same
fences
time.
and sidewalks.
Oh, these
Trees,
they'll lay
they
a
love living
line.
on the trees. Sometimes it's like raining bugs.
Well, if we did a
Ooh, May and
contest.
June.
No
way.
According to an
Oh,
article
they've got
from the
May and June
University
now.
of
I've heard
Illinois,
April and-
Urbana-Champaign.
From the Morton Arboretum.
It typically occurs in May and June and lasts approximately 4 weeks.
Oh, May and June. I didn't know it was as early as May.
Oh, they might be here for our kites and kicks event.
Yeah,
They will be.
Well, we don't have any trees, so it doesn't.
Kites, kicks, and cicadas.
Oh boy.
So we could do it.
Do you want to do May?
And all
that
I really think we should do is maybe a week-long coloring contest, and then we can,
Color a cicada?
yes, color.
Capture it.
One on her hat.
Paint
Paint it.
Paint it.
I
Our cicadas
got, I pulled
different
these
colors.
off of So I think that
I
would be
did cicada,
easiest
but I
because
see
we
it.
could tie whatever the winner into maybe Earth Day,
Oh,
if we do that before. So we could, I just pulled out 3 different, so we could find a business that'll put them in their window. The kids can color
Love
them.
it.
And,
I like the origami one. He's cute.
yeah,
April 27th is the Prairie Path cleanup.
April 27th.
I like tying it in with the Prairie Path cleanup, because then it goes into May. So then it'll get us familiar
Wait,
with our
maybe if
friends.
it's before.
You like doing it then because you're pretty sure they're not gonna be
Yeah.
out in April.
Yeah, you should teach people
I got
how to
you.
make those
That's right.
cicadas.
I feel the same way.
That's
That's a
right.
good idea.
Well, we could
I'm
do
on board
this,
and
but this
aligned.
was really, really hard to do.
Was it hard?
Yeah, I thought it was hard.
What was hard to do?
I
Well, it
tried
looks
to do
hard.
a second one, and I don't do very well with instructions for origami. It just doesn't work very well for me. But it's there, easy as pie, so everybody could try it and see.
Oh, cicada origami.
Look at how cute that one
That's
is,
pretty
though.
cool.
Like, that's cute.
So if I could ever
those
figure
around.
out exactly how to do it really quickly rather than, oh no, then this, no, wait, no. So I could work on that, but we could have a little table of origami kids trying to make them.
At the Prairie Path cleanup?
Yeah,
I think that'd be cute.
because even if they're out, it would be kind of nice to let everybody know.
They'll give them a heads
about
up if
them.
nothing else.
Yeah, that this is-
Well, maybe they'll get comfortable with them, especially if kids are freaked out
Right,
by
that's
it
it,
before they
yeah.
come.
Maybe you can find a Willowbrook High School student that knows origami and needs service hours.
Maybe.
You know,
Or
there's a-
it's not that hard to learn, I guess, for normal
scout.
people. It's
Do you know origami?
I did make one, so.
Can you make a cicada? If you can make a swan, you can make a
She
cicada.
dabbles.
You
She
dabble.
dabbles in
There's gotta
origami.
be a YouTube video on how to do that.
There we go.
Yeah, there were a bunch of, there's like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 of them, but they're all kind of a little different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, which one's easiest? I don't know.
Separate from this.
You know what, no, I will.
So what did you say, the 27th of April?
April 27th.
Okay, so that's when.
That's the Prairie Path cleanup, yes?
Prairie Path.
So that's when we would need the Historical Museum Pavilion. Do you know if that's,
I have not received anything.
Okay, cleanup.
I have a question.
Oh, I have-
Is the 4th of July parade on the 4th of July?
Yes.
Usually. Shoot. Kind of takes away from the fun. It's one of those things. I like it.
I mean, that's a valid
walking
question,
around
though,
and-
because where I
No,
live, the
because-
4th of July was June, the last weekend of June.
Right, a lot of people.
Yeah, they do it all.
That's one of, that's,
Yeah.
but in all the places that I've worked, I have never worked someplace where we celebrated the 4th of July on a day other than the 4th of July. I mean, the name of the celebration, aside from Independence Day, is the 4th of July. You know, it could really confuse people if you have it on a different day.
City of Chicago.
One of the very few, all kinds of,
Like,
I wasn't kidding.
So
I
then-
hope you didn't think I was
Then, do
poking
you
the
think
stick.
No,
that,
I was just joking.
Oh, so you were poking a stick at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was trolling us.
And then should we
Okay,
start it
Prairie Path
then?
cleanup,
27th.
historical
Pavilion.
pavilion,
Yes.
okay.
April 27th.
I got the date, I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure I
I'm
wrote
just
down.
gonna write cicada, because I guess I don't know. if that
Maybe
was
Cicada
You
Week.
sure it's on the 4th of July though?
Day.
I think
Pretty
a
sure.
day is good.
Cicada appreciation week.
Listen, I had to wear a t-shirt with a cicada on it last time at work for however long. It wasn't cute.
I want to show off my hand.
I will tell you my mom moment. One of my mom moments was one flew in the car, and Taylor was 2 years old in her car seat, and I sure enough put the car in park and jumped out.
You left that child.
It was right on the side street by my
You're
house.
on your own, child to fend for
Right
herself.
on, right on Pleasant Lane. Well, I tried to like scoop it with a magazine, but I did not want it in my face. Oh.
and one flew into Greg's mouth.
Oh.
And he danced like I've never seen him dance. And I laughed so
Did
hard.
he throw up?
Oh my God.
That's awful.
I was thinking of having,
I've never
trying
seen
to
him
have a
move like that before.
You're like, wait, you got moves?
Anthony
You got
Bourdain
moves?
said they taste
I just have to spit
delicious.
it out, right?
protein. That's all they
I'm
are, is
gonna trust
protein.
him.
Just takes some
I wanted to do a
Anthony
cookbook,
Bourdain.
but it's just too much.
That's why he was dancing.
More protein.
Gina,
Yes,
Okay.
do we know when that building is gonna be, the
Rec center?
exercise, yeah, rec center?
the new rec center?
Yeah.
My gosh, you're referencing it as that building?
That building.
That's like that's the culmination of all my years here.
Baby. It's not
Well, if I
Um,
go in at once, I'll look for it.
They're saying like fall,
24?
maybe October, could be as late as December, January. Depends what type of
24?
winter, yeah. What
I
type
would
of winter, I
really
mean,
like
you know, they
to-
were out there working
Yeah,
in January when it wasn't so cold, so.
Yeah, remember, we are talking about construction openings, so you gotta add like another like 5 months.
But
I'm
were
just
out
saying.
there, just like
Even
They're
if you
out
do
there
that,
working.
they'll add another 5 months. You never say it all out.
I want nothing.
What
to
a-
do with that.
I would like to, I really would
can't
like to
stand
see how we could work on getting one of those, and I can't remember the name of it, but where people put stuff in a cornerstone and.
time capsule.
Time capsule, thank you.
Oh,
And
they are doing a thing where before they put the final beam in, we're gonna have an event where people can come out and, you know, sign their name or write a note on it, and that will be part of the
Nice. When is
history.
that?
I don't have the date yet, it'll depend, you know, how
When
the
it's done.
construction,
That's cool.
yeah. That would be springtime-ish.
Okay.
Does it have a
So
gym
that would be
in it?
time
Yeah.
capsule, I guess.
Are they doing
Yeah.
Are they
pickleball?
gonna just be
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
there? Can you look it up
Can you-
later?
3.
or-
The
Like on
tennis?
space.
Okay,
No tennis.
I got something for you, cicada.
Badminton.
No.
Badminton, tennis.
She's out.
I've got them right. There's no tennis back here.
I got something for you.
I'll
It's a
bring
good idea to
pickleball.
bring dinner tonight.
We got
Talk
pickleball
about
stuff.
skating.
We can't-
I know.
Speaking of food,
Oh,
I got a
really?
I
cruise.
think we need to do a cicada recipe
Yeah.
contest.
I'm gonna.
Well, that's, I was gonna do it.
One high school
Or
size,
just
Gonna do the
3.
tasting, not me,
Small
not it.
episodes.
This is a one of a life, one of a
Mom
life.
was
I am not participating in
So
that,
I
I want
think-
nothing to do with it.
Instead of going the full way, you go across the court.
That people could bring
Oh,
There's
There's
one court you
cicada
play lengthwise or
delicacy,
Or 3, yeah.
Oh, you mean
Recipe,
a regular.
and then we,
Headed to.
as
They're
a
having-
commission.
Yeah, we have 3.
I vote no.
I think it's 3.
We're having a
Open
week
up
for
to
that,
the
and it's
community
in May.
members who wanna try it, and then have them.
And
Yes,
there
right.
you go. We don't have to do it,
But it's like anybody who's brave enough,
So
you
is the
can
line gonna
vote.
be like,
Well, maybe
like,
we could get one for
Yeah,
this.
Thank you for
is it gonna be
including
like
that.
space, then 3-point line, or is it gonna be like arch thing and 3-point line?
Thank you for including the information,
You know, I
Manager
don't know
Hine
if
said it was
I
you
don't know
that
if
put
we're
it in
gonna
the,
do that
in his
on the
report.
little
Thank you for that,
courts.
cause I thought that was a
Oh,
great idea,
yeah.
to actually
Oh, no,
visually
it'll be
see it.
There's space between the free throw line and.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
The-
It's a high school size
Thank
gym,
you.
so there's
I think
A
maybe
lot
if
of
we
work
can
done.
put,
Be careful on your way out.
inside.
Is it inside?
Watch out
if
on
we
the-
put
We'll have it
recipes
outside
on the
for it,
website
So
or
I
on
can go out, I can
Facebook
go
or
like.
something for Cicada Week,
I'd be careful
Yes.
about that because of,
You have
people
them?
get sick.
well,
No,
no, because
you
of
don't.
copyright,
Ask people to share their
That's not
cicada
for
recipe on our
right?
Facebook page.
Wait,
No,
no,
on
people
Facebook
share
it
their
should be
own.
fine.
No, no, on
I
Facebook,
thought
I mean.
Facebook should be fine, it's
Yeah.
At
website.
an event.
Yeah.
Now, here's a kid recipe.
No way, I vote no to that.
What? They got
Yeah.
popcorn cicadas.
What's gonna
Popcorn
No,
cicadas.
I was really
Cicada
not gonna bring that up.
cookies. You would make
What,
those.
cicada, a delicacy that,
Well, they do.
I just did some research on different cicada-related events you could host in your town, so we need some ideas.
Good
So do you
idea.
actually?
Why are you encouraging this?
I think it'd be a great
Bothering
idea to
people.
see which residents would like to partake in that.
Yeah.
I'd be
I will
very
watch
curious
from a distance.
because I would
Nope, thank you.
totally respect those people.
And then I think,
Yes, it's
would
like,
you,
wow, that's really brave of you.
and then I think the board members.
I don't know if brave is the right word. I don't know if brave.
I think that
Brave or respect,
that's,
but
you
not
know,
the words I would use.
I respect people who will jump out of a plane. I will. I will respect people who jump out of a plane. I will respect people who will like do tandem jumps, and I will respect people who will try that once.
No.
Twice,
What do you
I
wanna
would
do with
question.
your
Once,
cider?
I would be
I
okay.
just want to do it.
I have jumped out of
This
an
one,
airplane, but I
this
was
is a once in a
glad.
lifetime.
Once,
It's
right?
gonna happen again.
Just
Do
like
you
Right.
like doing it
Try
as
to
a
listen
per,
to.
starting in the prairie
I've done
path
it
cleanup
once,
and doing
but I
it for
would
like
do it again.
a week
Okay.
or so?
We could, yeah, we could like give out, you know,
The
have a
sheets?
thing to
Yeah.
give out the picture.
Are you talking about something with cicadas at the cleanup event?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Just a couple other ideas.
Oh, yeah,
I just was searching some ideas. It's like, you know, if we wanted to engage in some kind of science project, like are people interested in like ways to monitor the emergence and stuff like that? And there's some different science-y things that people want to get involved in. Not us necessarily, but if we wanted, if there's any engagement there. Also, like, if you wanted to do, just another idea, like a little bit of a workshop where you can tell people more about the brood that's coming, like maybe more information, something like that. But you're talking about doing this at the cleaning event? Or on the parade path?
Well,
Or
whatever
is
we
this
do,
separate?
we'll have to see how it fits into.
I love that idea.
Starting
I
now.
think
Can we
having
get
it-
like a science teacher or something
Yeah, I was
to
just
come to
gonna
the parade
ask if
path
that you
cleanup?
could find someone.
That'd be cool to just talk about it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a
I
lot
think
of
we might be able
cicadas
to
to
find
clean
one.
up. In
Yeah, do you
June.
have one?
I might, we
Okay.
might have somebody from
personable
Jackson.
one.
That'd be
I
cool.
love it.
One
I
that
love
can-
And
that
then the
idea.
kids can ask questions, and then
Yeah.
it'll encourage kids to come out.
Let me
He
clean
could wear
up.
my hat, she could wear my hat. I wanted really a hat that was like shaped like a cicada.
I mean,
There's
you
even
really
like
went,
a photo
you
contest.
went big with that one.
Photo contest
Yeah,
idea
so
of like when they do emerge, if they're already out there, you could kind of cast a photo contest.
I'd kind of like to see people post them all on our social media.
That's good
Yeah,
too.
because it gets people engaging with their social media.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, a lot
Most
of contests.
horrific-
That's,
That's horrific.
Most horrific yard.
Let's convince Darla to rise
Maybe,
up.
maybe,
Believe it or not.
There you go.
Mr. Patrick,
I love it.
we're gonna have
That's not in the
Halloween
budget.
a
You
little
don't have.
early this year for you.
We don't want to
Sorry.
have a cicada event this year.
I like it.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
What, photo contest?
A photo contest. Mr. Science.
The best looking cicada. And then, yeah, maybe it's just kind of an educational science type thing
Yeah.
to tell people more about the brood,
But
especially
then
depending
we
on where
would-
it's at
but,
and the
you know,
timing.
last year we had so many people at the thing, they didn't have anything to clean up anymore.
I
That's
will
where
say,
the station
that was
about-
one comment
Yeah, so
I was gonna
give
make
them stuff
is
to do.
there wasn't much to clean up.
Is there
Yeah.
a way that we
How
can?
about cleaning up all the dead ones?
That's what I said. They're gonna have a lot to clean up.
They're not
this
gonna
year.
be there yet. It's
It's
April.
gonna
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
can make
Okay.
a contest who gets the most in a bucket. You know?
I'm not counting them.
People walking their dogs
But
on
that only
path.
works if you have the
Oh,
timer.
Seriously though,
Oh,
Love them.
yes, my dogs do too.
but seriously, I think there wasn't much to clean up. I don't know if it's been
I
that way
know,
year on
I-
year, but until we got down into the wooded area, all the way kind of by Lombard, like, I mean, I had 3 pieces of trash in my bag.
Right, and then after you did that, whoever came behind you. there
Exactly,
was
so,
nothing
and there
for
were
them to
people coming up behind us that couldn't have
clean. I
found
was
much.
wondering,
I'm
why
not
can't we?
discouraging it, because I think we did find some stuff. We actually did get a fair amount out of the woods there, but up to that point, it was clean. I don't know if it's that way every year. but-
I do remember going or being in Willowbrook High School, and you couldn't even walk on the sidewalks with, I mean, they were just everywhere.
Oh, she's
You would
talking
walk.
cicadas.
Oh, you're talking about cicadas.
He's talking about the prairie path.
Cleanup,
Cleanup
when we did the trash cleanup last year.
There wasn't
Sorry.
that much trash.
Oh,
I'm just saying there wasn't, for the amount of people we had engaged, there wasn't a
Okay.
lot. But if there's cicadas, I mean,
Thinking about cicadas.
Would it be
Don't
possible to
Google
take some of that
recipes.
manpower
Okay,
if we
I
have
will
it?
not. There's no chance of that.
Go on to the other path?
no, because
They're not the same?
there's another group that is cleaning the Great Western
Oh,
Trail.
are they?
Oh, that's right, they have it last year
Did they?
Yes.
Different.
is there any other kind of maintenance?
What
That
about
if we
the,
had people engaged beyond just cleanup, is there
Cheryl just
anything
left.
else we could be doing to help with that public space? Whether it's improving something, maintaining something.
Can you be more specific when you say
Could
that
we use,
public
could we go
space? Like
send them to
museum?
I'm
Spencer?
saying side is like curb to
sorry?
curb
Could
on
we
parade
send
path.
people to Cortese
Do people,
To clean up?
you guys are cleaning up,
or not?
I have never participated in that. Do you pick
I-
up
it
the
normally
sticks?
Done.
Because the sticks are really unsafe when you're riding your
It's
bike.
pretty spotless.
Or
I know it is,
trying
it
to
really
push a
is.
stroller or something like
well, the
that.
path
Because-
probably they could, but I mean, the side next to it.
But are you
But I
talking
can
about
send my
cleaning
son
it
over
up?
there. I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
it's garbage.
It's
Garbage.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could also pick up the sticks. Because it's, I mean, those are dangerous for like cleaning up the path for people walking, doing all that stuff. So, I mean,
I agree.
that's
It's
cleanup.
easy.
You're keeping someone from getting injured.
So it's path maintenance as well.
Yes.
You could do like a leaf bags.
Always, it always has been. For sure.
But
Yeah, it's
then
always
we're-
Christmas. It's like Disneyland.
Yeah.
Disney World where
It's
you
really
can't really
nice.
buy much.
Burn 'em.
But then you go to the other side and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys drop off
I know
the
exactly
top
what
of
you
the
mean.
stick or
I work
something
on
like
that side. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Cause that would also help the people when they're mowing, they're not
Well,
mowing
wait a
over
minute.
if you're talking about maintenance. But when I walk the path, I throw sticks into the yard because it's, I almost wiped
So,
out.
are you only doing the Partonville Park, or are you going to Angel Lombard?
No, we stop at the street at Westmore Mines.
Lombard has their own people.
The Lombard Fund Commission can
Yeah.
do the Lombard.
They're the Lombard, not so merry commission.
So this is from, Donna. She said she talked to you yesterday too.
Parks, the Parks.
Yeah. On, Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah. I didn't talk to her yesterday.
Oh, okay.
She might be the one
She
who
said-
she talked to me yesterday.
Oh, Carla, yes, I'm sorry.
She didn't talk to me
Cannot
yesterday.
attend fund meeting tonight, but I did talk to Carla at focus meeting. Told her idea of scarecrows on the prairie path,
Oh, boy.
like
come up
trees
before, right?
at Christmas.
Yes.
I also have talked with trustee Alfano about
Oh,
bonfires
a bonfire, yeah. I was supposed
We
to
used to
ask
do a
you
bonfire.
that, yeah.
on Halloween
She was the one
night.
who mentioned it.
Okay.
So we talked
What
to
would
you
be
about it.
the insurance,
Well, that's
So
something
we
I
used to
wanted
have a
talk about.
bonfire.
well, they did s'mores at.
No, this
the
was like,
Harvard one,
No, like
so,
a
yeah.
bonfire.
What's-
is what it
what's that
sounded like.
movie, that
We can't
scary
say it, Louis.
movie, where you look in the
Oh,
mirror and
no.
say something?
No, you can't say it.
Can't
I
say
don't
it.
know what it is, I can't remember. That's it. They did a huge, I mean, the bonfire we had like wood.
Grease.
Where would you pick them?
Willowbrook do a bonfire?
Wouldn't that
Or do
really
they not?
We used
I
to
don't
do
think
it
they do it
on the Jefferson, excuse me, I don't know if it's the middle school's property, where the 4 baseball fields are, between the Iowa Community Center and Jefferson Pool. We used to do it there. And I think they stopped doing it because I think our insurance company told us that we had to stop.
Please don't do big fires.
Yeah, big fires.
Insurance companies love
That
big
might
fires.
not be a great
And you know what,
idea.
people loved it,
I was.
but it scared the heck out of me.
I
Yeah.
don't know, no, thank you.
But
I don't know
maybe in
if I-
St. Louis, we just watched that. So.
Which was it?
Maybe in
Maybe
St. Louis,
it's
we just
Louis.
watched it.
It
Yeah.
was terrible.
I don't know that I could
love
attend, my anxiety would be too high.
I'm deathly afraid of fire.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Gina said no. I'm just
No, I mean,
I'm sorry, Donna. Gina said no.
well, you know what, I'll double check.
Is it Irma?
Yeah, it's Irma, so
Yeah.
I'll check with
Yeah.
Suzanne and see what Irma says, but
That was
Irma's
my
gonna
first
say
thing,
no.
bonfires.
If Irma
we
said,
had firemen out there, you know.
if
to-
Irma says close the snow hill, Irma's gonna say
Yeah.
no.
I'm just, it triggered my memory about this email from Donna because of you talking about taking up sticks. I mean, if we gathered the sticks,
Now we have sticks for the bonfire.
now we have sticks for the bonfire.
I mean, the bonfire
Oh,
was
bonfire.
feet and feet high. I mean, the wood was probably 20 or 30 feet. And then the
Oh, I
fire
missed
was
that.
even bigger than that. I mean, it was
Lighted
It was-
used to do that.
it was scary.
When I first moved here, we would go.
How long would it burn for?
Well, we would, the firemen would have to put it out.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't let it keep going because we'd be there, overnight.
You'd be there for a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Back to the scarecrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the
Scarecrows on the prairie path.
So Donna brought this up at the Park and Rec Commission.
Yeah.
And I said at the time, I don't want to steal the thunder of
That's what I
joyful
was
traditions. That's the trees and stuff. But I said, what we're talking about doing maybe is putting them at Village Hall. So we did that last year, but we had, first of all, we had fewer people that participated. And then second of all, the people that did participate, not all of them put their scarecrow over at Village Hall. So we're going back to doing it in front of their homes because that's, they really like it, having it in front of their house. It's a,
It's a decoration.
it's a decoration. It's a fall decoration. So we're going back to letting people put it in front of their homes. We get Ace Hardware co-sponsors it with us and gives us some of the material, and then we pay for the other material. And that is the burlap bag and the wood, the wood and stuff that the hay, and then people can design their scarecrow however they want. They're all very individual, just like the ones that you saw up and down Ardmore. So I don't know. Did Donna just send that?
She sent it this morning.
I saw her last night. We were at the focus group together. I did that focus group.
No.
Oh,
No,
I feel like I'm not on an
I'm gonna,
email chain
I'll
or
talk to her
something.
about it, cause I,
Maybe not.
The
It came from the
Yes, I
village.
remember
It's not
she
that they're
told
not
us
great
about
economic-
bonfire.
the
It's
economic
just
focus
like
group?
you have these great ideas.
Just try. They
There are
never
also
got back to
nuances.
him.
Oh, I happened to put it in and then I
I
got an
think that-
email back saying, hey, you've been selected, but you need to be available either Monday or Tuesday this week. I said I'm only available Monday.
Yeah.
And then they got back to me saying, congratulations, you're on Monday. I said, okay. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, he really wanted to be, but he didn't get picked.
More fun than what we were doing.
I think it would be kind
No,
of
it
cool
wasn't.
though if
Dave, can
we,
you pour me some water too?
Oh, yeah.
if we encouraged more people to do what they did on Ardmore.
I think,
I
I
think
love,
that would
that's,
be
that's why we're
really
going back to the
What
houses.
if you did a scarecrow street, a ghost street, a skeleton street? Like, what if you did different?
That way, so it would still be the same kind of idea.
Yeah.
But what if someone wants to do like a scarecrow, but they're on the ghost street?
Life is bad.
Yeah.
And then you die. And, you know.
So you
Not
know,
everybody
maybe
gets a trophy.
You're not old enough to
That
remember
should
this,
be our
but I
fun
know like
commission
you
motto.
in Elmhurst they used to have like remember they did the cars and then they did like different like little statues and stuff in the
Oh,
cemetery.
cars,
Remember that?
right,
So
right.
maybe that's kind of like 1 year we do
Maybe one
scarecrow,
year
1
you-
year we do
Because
something
people
different.
love the skeletons, as
And
Bo
you-
calls them.
and you
People
like
love the
rotate
skeletons
it
around
sometimes.
here. What if you did something different?
Can
Or
I
we
just-
just become the skeleton or the scarecrow.
Yes.
I would
village.
just like
'Cause
to
they go in gardens.
ask the commission if they are interested in doing something Halloween related on the Prairie Path. If you would please pick another, other than the Scarecrow.
Sure.
Just because we're doing the Scarecrows, Ardmore Avenue is doing the Scarecrows. Maybe you could do skeletons
I
and
like
ghosts
skeletons.
on the path. If you really want to put something on the
Well,
Prairie Path.
And I
I
would
like-
relate, but when Trustee Patrick was here and he was talking about the ghost thing and the skeleton thing, and it was like the trivia and history of Villa Park, maybe that's the connection on the Prairie Path.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that. I like
Maybe
ghost
that's
stories
the
on the
Yeah,
Prairie Path.
they're more scary than folly.
Yeah.
With
But then
Saturday
the
Night
people
Live.
who
Yeah.
don't
We
live
would
in Villa
combine
Park
both
then
of
learn
yours
more
with
about our
haunted
village as
trail
well, and then we're not
with
just
your
the people who
idea
are
of
next
people
to
telling
Elmhurst.
Yeah, right.
It's
With the
affordable.
affordable housing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Factor of it.
No, like we really like living here. That's why we live here.
Rethinking
Those are
that,
separate
especially if
places.
we're gonna do it on the Great Western Trail, no spooky things on the lampposts. Cause I have to walk there with my dogs, so.
Nothing that jumps out.
See,
at you.
I
Is
don't,
that what you're
I
saying?
have, I don't
Think of
know
that.
who,
Not real.
and I looked it up, I can't find who owns the Great Western Trail, because it's between multiple communities. You know, so I don't know if each county
county.
owns its part, I can't, I've put the question into Google, I'm on the Wikipedia page with the Great Western Trail, I can't find who owns it.
But there's a group, right? There's a group that is Friends of the Great Western Trail.
And you know, it used to be, as you know, a railroad.
Right.
And then the newest section of the Great Western Trail is out here in Villa Park and Lombard. That is the newest section, and they, I want to say it was in maybe 30 years ago, like upgraded the trail to have like a path that you could walk on, and they pulled out like railroad type ties, you know, and things like that. But I can't for the life of me find out who owns it. So I would like to know that before, like when we do the stuff on the Prairie Path, we know to contact the Department of Transportation in DuPage County. I don't know if that's the same case with the Great Western.
There is literally a group called Friends of the Great Western Trails.
Yeah, but
Because
that doesn't
they're-
mean that they own it.
No, but they might.
They maintain
No.
it. I just sent an email to Yina and to Tina. Tina Tyson Dunn. That's the person you want to do the cicada.
Oh, really? Oh,
She's the one you're going to want to reach out to, either her or Dan. They're the heads. Dan is the president of the DuPage Forest Preserve.
Oh, wow.
And he did the forest. He's like he's done the forest ranger training, and like he's an architect, but then he's like, this is like where my passion is. So after he did this, he's like, I really want to learn about this.
What's
so,
his name?
Dan, is it Hedbrin? Heardbrin? How do you say his last name? And then Tina Tyson Dunn, which I can ask her. I'd be happy to ask her for you. And then I asked Yina.
And Dan is an excellent speaker.
He is an excellent. He's just a nice, like with kids, he would be fantastic.
H-E something Brand.
Let me look it
I
up.
don't know how.
He would be
But I'll reach out to this group
DuPage County
and ask them.
What, Forest Preserve?
Forest Preserve.
Okay, well, it's probably on their website.
I'm looking it up.
And Tino's with where?
She's also on the DuPage County Forest Preserve. She's one of the commissioners.
That's great.
What time is it?
Here he is, Daniel Hebrard.
H-E-B-R-E-A-R-D. Hebert.
And Tina.
Tina Tyson.
Tyson Dunn.
Here, this is her.
Got it. I just want to have it.
Do we
Yep.
have the, what is it, 9 to 11?
Okay. Do we have our
She's
next
District
day?
2, which is where we are.
We're doing 9 to 11, but maybe we go back to 9 to 12 if we're gonna
Well, if
have
we have something else, yeah.
a cicada photo contest and, I mean, I
Well,
don't know.
cicada photo contest will be on our social media, right? Because that'll be more in May and June. Cicada coloring contest pages. Get your pages of that.
And then,
And then talk about
the
Photo
cicada food fest will be.
I love
Cicada snacks.
Yeah.
Cicada snacks
Cicada
will
culinary.
be at Kites and Kicks fishing.
No.
Cicada culinary
I
at
bet you
Kites
could
and
use
Kicks.
cicadas to fish with too.
Maybe we can
I'm
get
not.
some-
We're not fishing.
That Chen guy. that
I
comes
mean,
up
we
for
have
the-
to
We
have
can
fun with
another
this,
event.
otherwise it's gonna.
Cicadas and fishing.
Ooh, can you fish with those?
I
Can
am
you use them as
Leslie
bait?
just said you
I
can.
am
There's a lot of
busy that
trees
day.
at North Terrace Park. I bet you could find all the cicadas you want there.
Yeah, they like trees.
Cicadas
They
and
like
fishing.
to climb
And you
up.
could fish.
I gotta find out if you can fish with cicadas.
Well, you can,
We
you
all have a
can.
computer in our
I just don't
hands.
know if you'll catch anything.
That's
I don't know if the fish we have in the pond, like,
Oh.
They're about to
would be
find
game
out.
for cicadas. Plus, I mean, are you gonna like catch the cicadas while they're alive and jam a hook in them?
Ooh, that'd be icky. I can't even do that with a
Can we
worm.
do the noise?
No.
I know, I
I'm
know,
not
I know,
gonna
I know.
sleep at night.
I don't do it.
I know.
Illinois white,
I like to put cheese
River
on
white
it. You know, no one gets hurt that way.
Corn.
That's what's
Is
in
that who
there.
likes cicadas?
they like them.
Who does?
We're not fishing.
The Illinois river white bass.
Oh,
I'm sure we don't have any.
I don't think we have any of
They
those.
only get fed every 17 years.
All right.
What's our
It
next
tastes like
event?
shrimp according to
Oh,
this
yeah.
Next up
website. So.
is
Not chicken?
the landscaping and beautification.
Isn't everything just like chicken?
No particular time. Maybe we tie that into
Cicadas.
Earth Day.
In
Yeah.
May or
The whole year is a theme.
Earth
It's
Day's
May, right?
Earth Day's April 22nd.
Yeah.
It's very close to the prairie craft cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right, never mind.
Are
So
we gonna
May
do a,
15th is normally when you can plant everything.
When is Mother's Day? Oh, May
Mother's Day.
15th is a Wednesday anyway.
Mother's Day's the 12th, May 12th.
So maybe the following week, no, we can't do the follow, well, we need to talk about that.
What?
I got a, email today about the spring cleanup recycling event. They're having a meeting starting next week. Are we volunteering? Are we doing anything? I think we kind of talked about it and we don't have it on the schedule. So should,
we have a date?
We can
that
volunteer.
is always the third Saturday of May.
Which is the 18th.
I'm sorry, what event is that?
Recycling.
The
Yeah,
street
big
recycling
spring-
event. Spring sweep.
Oh,
That's right,
spring
yeah.
sweep, got it.
But, you know,
Yes, it
environmental concerns is
You gotta work an
basically
extra day.
taking that over. And
You
by
gotta go to
last
school next
year, I mean, we were just volunteering.
So they, need volunteers, they can ask us.
Right, I don't feel like,
We're already. But did they need us?
there isn't much for us to add at this point, is the way that I feel. Bob Wagner has it pretty buttoned down as far as the recycling companies that he invites to that. And I really don't know that there's a lot more for us to do there. So I think what I will do is respond and say, you know, we'll show up as volunteers, but
I was not able to make it there last year. I don't remember what I had. What did people who volunteered there do? Like, what was their roles?
We stood around.
Well, so
ate
maybe,
donuts and,
maybe it's if there's volunteers needed, because,
Shouldn't they come and ask us?
I vote
well,
if,
that's, right, like,
but is that what the email was asking for us to volunteer? Or
no, it
Okay.
was,
FYI, here's what we're
it
doing.
was an invitation to the planning meeting next Wednesday.
Oh.
And then they typically have a meeting each month
Okay.
until,
it was like updates
If-
and,
Okay,
you know,
so
this is who said yes, this is
just
coming.
run with that, yeah. I agree if volunteers are needed, but I'd say, again, not knowing like if we sit at a station or something, or how that works.
no,
If we're there, I definitely think we should have some papers with our upcoming events.
Is people from the community interested in picking up stuff to learn about events? Like, are they engaged in the idea of like picking up flyers, and is that the right place to engage with people? I'm just
So
asking.
I always
can
was
tell
when I
you
came.
that-
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
that's
sure.
how I
haven't been there.
learned, because I was new to the community, and that was
Okay.
one of the first things that we did, because we were unpacking boxes, right? And I'm like, oh, we have all these things that we can recycle.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking. I didn't know.
Treats, treats and
Did you
There
say, are
is-
people looking for a place to find information on things to do? Is that what you just
No,
said?
no. What I'm saying is,
No,
you were
like,
talking
are
about
you
trying to
giving
advertise.
flyers to a place where you're trying to recycle stuff?
Like, if I'm pulling up to get rid of old batteries, like,
Do
and
I want
someone's
more
trying to
stuff?
hand me flyers and stuff, I'm like, no. I'm just in my mind, like, just get my batteries.
they-
in
So,
there.
actually
that's
do
where
have
I
time.
met Leslie,
You do have
actually.
time.
Yeah.
That's
Who is
actually
that?
where I met Leslie, because it was the first time, the
Oh, 'cause you're
first year
waiting?
that I was here, we
Is that
were
what-
waiting in
waiting
a,
in
Okay, so
line.
that's a good
you're
idea.
waiting
Then
in
you're
line,
bored
and
you're
then
looking
she's
for-
like hands you stuff
Yes.
and looks to make sure that you are a Villa Park resident.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked, what did
Uh-huh.
our people do? Like, are you in a position to be able to have flyers at a table?
But it's
if
not really at a
someone-
table.
You're in your
kind
car
of
the whole
middle
time,
You
of
just
is
the-
stay in your car the whole
Last year-
time?
Yeah, you
See,
stay in your car
I
the
got
whole time.
up and,
Well, the volunteers don't, but the people who go do.
right, yeah, right. I dropped my stuff off, but not at spring sweep day, so
Okay.
I jumped out of my car.
Last year they
and
had
gave
so
them
many
stuff.
volunteers that there really wasn't much for
Yeah.
us to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Were there kids
So,
in the car?
huh?
Are there kids in the car with them?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes not.
Create a baggie with like some suckers and stuff in it and then wrap it.
That's a
or
good idea.
Label it with the activities.
We were
that
giving
are
out
going on.
stickers
Yep, yep.
last
Yeah,
time.
we did give out stickers.
It's a great idea.
Or
only other
we just
thing that I-
decide that our plates are full.
Yeah. I mean, we do have all these other
That
things
part.
that are coming up. We
We
did,
got a lot going on.
we threw in Summer Festival, which is another, I think that was really good last year as far as getting the word out about who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
And the lead up to Autumn Jubilee. Yes,
And we
right.
advertised Kites and Kicks then, because Kites and Kicks was after.
But I think we do with that
That's
at
where we
Prairie
got our
Fest cleanup.
junior commissioner
Oh yeah,
from.
we did do it then too.
Right.
But then
Like,
the
we had
ask
a
was, do you
flyer
wanna be a
with-
part of these meetings? And so, no, there's no real need for us to be
No.
at the table for that,
No.
for those planning meetings. We don't see the need to be a part of the planning.
Correct. Okay. All right.
So we're gonna do landscape awards June, July, and August?
Mm-hmm.
Are we
Well,
gonna
we
do
We're
them?
gonna go back
we
to
skipped.
landscaping and beautification. And I'm sorry, one last thing as far as spring sweep is concerned, the only other thing that I wonder as a commission if we could do this, and I don't know, Gina,
like
you
everyone
might
thinking
have some feedback on this.
Dreams are realities.
This is great for people that can get television sets or old computers or whatever it is into their cars. What about the folks that can't? Is that something as a commission, if people signed up, we could go and pick up that stuff?
I
and
would
bring
love
it?
to do that.
Is there any liability issues?
Can you pick that stuff up? I mean,
We
I
have
can't.
Dave.
I'm
Oh,
strong.
wait,
Dave.
you remember the young guy that was in the
car.
commission with us? What happened to him?
Who?
Who?
The Dupac guy.
Ducat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
he
don't
did-
know.
Oh.
We don't know what happened to him.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we do know.
What happened to him?
He ended up getting a job,
Oh, did he?
full-time job at an IT, at a school doing IT.
Oh,
So he is
good.
only doing
was so
volunteer work
cute.
now for Dupac. He is not
Okay.
like on.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Or-
good to know.
Welcome
Because we went to, well, no, we
Yeah, I
went
thought
to,
he didn't
last
like
night,
me after
there was
our
a open
visit at
gym,
Last night.
and it was
Started
part
thinking
Nate
he didn't like
Cook,
me anymore.
program and Dupac were putting it
Was
on.
honest.
And when I saw it, I was like,
No.
hey, what was his name? For some reason I think his name was Spencer.
No, I think it was Jared.
It is,
Jared.
so I know, but I was like, I think his name is Spencer, so we're at the front door, and I said, the woman that was sitting there, of course I didn't ask her name, I'm like, I said, are you part of the Dupac? She's like, yeah, I go, is there a young gentleman? I said, for some reason I think his name is Spencer, but that might not be right. I said, tall guy, whatever. She's like, oh, you mean Jared? And Nate's like, you know Jared? Like everybody was like, I said, and I told him this house, and I go, and he was at the first couple meetings, and then I said, he just wasn't. And she said, well, he has a full-time job now. He only does
good.
volunteer work for them sometimes.
Oh,
Like on the
that's
weekends and
good
stuff,
for him.
so.
I'm glad.
So it's
He's
not
really
because we dressed him up as a giant.
Right. And I told
It's
her,
not
I said,
that
the last
why.
time I saw him, I think was
The
the
4th of
4th of
July.
July. He was dressed as a dog.
Never to be seen again.
She's like, that sounds like Jared.
I would love
I
to
don't know,
help
maybe
people.
we could get a hold of him and then he could help you put stuff.
Yeah, I mean, CRTs, like big old TVs.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Who's
And
done
we
a
saw
CRT?
spiders and bugs.
Some people
A lot
do.
of
My
people
husband
do.
has
Face
four or
fish?
five of them.
I love the idea, the moving of heavy stuff. If we could put a max weight of 50 pounds or something, I would just.
Right, and it doesn't even have to be. It can be old paint cans. It can be whatever it is that
My
some of
hazmat
these
suit.
older folks can't.
I like that idea.
Can
I
we
would love
reach
to
out
help.
to the,
Then I'll go to the
Football coach.
darn meeting next
Oh,
time.
can we reach out to the football coach of Willowbrook? Because I know that they had said something about
That would be good.
shoveling. I don't know how successful that has been, but I know that it was announced that you could reach out to the Willowbrook High School football coach if you needed your sidewalk shoveled, and they would try to arrange to get somebody out there. So I'm wondering if we could get some help that way. And I don't know what the liability might be on that, Gina, but
Can't
I'm
we
gonna
go
check,
into people's
I wrote a
houses?
note down to check on, the Fund Commission as a Village of Villa Park Commission picking up electronic equipment.
Because I
Not
think
just
From-
any recycling type of thing.
just to
Maybe
get it
there's
to
limits
this
that we
particular
can't.
event,
Yeah.
because people can't get, like,
What-
There
I'm
are
sorry, I
seniors who
wanna make
can't.
sure I
I'm sorry.
understand. Is this the spring sweep we're back
Yeah.
to?
yes.
And you can bring paint cans to spring
Yes,
sweep?
they
Oh, I'm
have
sorry, I
all
thought it was
sorts of
all
stuff.
electronic stuff. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all sorts of
all
stuff.
kinds of
Everything.
stuff.
It's like clean out your-
It's wipes,
Clean out your garage.
Can you bring
Yes.
cans of paint that you
Christmas
haven't dried up
lights.
yet?
Yeah,
Some
because
things you
then
have to pay
there's a
for.
place
You
that
might have to pay
you might have to pay for it, but they recycle it and then
Oh,
they
yes.
reuse it.
I thought
They
you-
take Christmas lights that
I
don't
should
work.
know this. I thought it was electronic though. I didn't know it was, you could
It's
bring,
not
it-
like
the third
it's not like the
Saturday.
third Saturday. It's
it's
a
bigger.
lot. Yeah, it's bigger.
Okay.
They have
The
glasses.
big question to
But
me
there
is,
are people who don't drive.
Right,
Yeah.
don't drive.
Or can't lift
or,
stuff.
right, or they haven't been in their garage in a million years, but they know that this is there and.
I'd like to
Birth
put the
paint is what
disclaimer
it's
though,
called.
like if that's what ends up
But I
happening.
dig Christmas.
Yes,
Clean your
exactly.
garage for
Their
ya.
stuff needs to be ready to go.
well, that's what I was
Like,
gonna say.
There's a couple
We're
of,
not helping you clean the garage.
Yeah.
there's a couple of body bags, don't look at them. But take those with you.
It's called birth paint.
Yeah, I don't wanna do this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they
Dave,
take it
you're
and then they
going to have
somehow
to
have
use
this-
your voice.
Cool.
No, I was just gonna say, from a liability perspective, if we are doing that research, I think the thing I'm thinking of is if we're going in people's houses, right?
Are you
Because
gonna go inside their
that's what I'm
houses?
saying, and if we
I would
can't,
not.
are we defeating half the purpose people wanna leverage us for? Because if it is a TV electronics, and they can't get it, they don't have a car to get it there, there's also maybe a good chance they couldn't get it to the front door. I'm just saying, it's a question to ask,
Well, this
because,
is- yeah,
yeah, so
hopefully.
I think, if we are able to go into their houses, if we should, if we want to,
What day is this?
Cause to me, if they're able to get it to the
Third
front door, there's a
Saturday
good
of
chance
May.
they
He's just
probably
talking
could have figured out how to get it
before.
clean, sweet,
A couple days before,
spring.
right?
Yeah.
You have to start at some point.
Yeah,
Got a
that's
table
true.
of information?
That's true.
Bonfire.
I have an answer for the
Oh, man.
Great Western.
Oh,
So Tina says, technically we do, it is managed by DuPage County. She says, if I remember correctly, it's under the Department of Transportation. She says
Oh,
she's
so
gonna
that's
find
the
out
same-
exactly who at county. She says it's DuPage Department of Transportation.
okay, so maybe each county that has it in their, like, it goes to DeKalb and Sycamore, so
Yeah.
it's partly in Kane County. It's,
So, this is good, because she's DuPage County.
yeah. So that's, I guess, did you say she has a contact or?
Tina?
Yeah.
Tina is on the Forest Preserve Board.
Oh, I mean,
What do you mean?
would we just contact
Oh, let me see. So-
the Department of Transportation if we wanted to do an event
We
on?
want to do an event in VP on the Great Western
Halloween
Trail, and it's more of like decorations, right? Or isn't it an event?
storytelling.
Well,
Halloween event.
it's, I don't, well, I guess it's up to,
Cool. Who could maybe
Who would-
but we don't
let's
wanna
see.
decorate the posts in a scary way because Leslie walks on there with her dog and
It'll already.
she doesn't wanna be scared.
She's gonna be
I don't
scared.
blame her.
I don't like to be scared either.
I don't either.
Do we do it at the same day as Autumn Jubilee? Is it a different time?
What
How
day?
does
I
that
know,
work?
but you
Would
guys
we-
are jumping
would
ahead.
budget?
Go
Yeah,
back,
where
go
are we
back.
at?
Go back.
We were talking about Western Trail, or, yeah.
Sorry to
That's okay.
derail us there, but she got back to me, so.
It's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Landscaping.
That was a good
Okay,
words to
landscaping,
derail on the Great
beautification.
Western Trail.
June, July, and August.
Nope.
Yes, but that's something else, that's the
landscaping awards.
landscaping awards. We're
Sorry,
talking about-
beautification.
We have
Our planters.
our
To beautify,
planters to
yep.
do. We're going to tell Gina what types of plants we would like to plant in the planters.
Is
Correct?
this me, Gina?
Yeah, and you're gonna buy them?
The
So you buy
only
'em?
name I know is dandelion, so.
Are we, do you want, is this something we talked about before and I'm losing my mind?
I'm pretty sure that we did last year.
It's
that
fine.
you
I mean,
said
it sounds like a great idea. I love it.
That you said.
Oh, yeah, we
that-
used to do planters. It's coming back to me
We do
now.
planters every year.
Yeah.
But we've previously purchased the stuff, but now we're saying
You
she's
want the
purchasing it,
village to
right?
purchase it to come out of your
Yeah.
budget.
Right.
Or if Ace.
Or do you want it to come out of,
Well, this is something that you brought up. I mean, only because.
where were you
I
doing the
like
planters?
I like going and buying the plants.
It was kind of an organic thing when you
Okay.
went, oh, look at this, wouldn't this be nice in there, let's get three of, not, it's gonna be marigolds and petunias and you
Okay.
know. Cause you do need something tall, you need some, it's like what is available,
Yes.
it's wasn't just, more like,
Yeah,
Like
so I
the
mean,
herbs
if
and
you,
veggies.
there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong
vegetable.
with you guys purchasing the stuff. It's just helpful if I know ahead of time and I know that we're gonna be on budget, you take a tax letter with you. If you'd rather pick the stuff out, that's okay too. Otherwise, you would give me a list and I could ask Brian and his guys to pick it up when they go to get, stuff for us.
Do you have a special
do they
place
go?
you prefer to shop at? Like, could we look at
I
Ace
don't
and be
know
like,
if they go
here's
to-
our things. can
not
they
positive.
pick them up or they,
I'm not
no,
positive if they
okay,
go
so
to,
you guys have
I
pick
think we
up.
used to get stuff from Pioneer.
I don't know, I don't go there to be honest with you,
So-
but I will tell you that at Menards, they will not accept, I've never heard this before, they will not accept the tax form. You
Okay,
have
so
to
we have an
register
account
on
at
the-
You have to
Menards.
register for it.
That's so weird, yeah, you
We
have
have
to
to
go
do that for
online and
school, too.
register
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
Dollar Tree is
Dollar
like
Tree's
that.
the same
So
way.
weird.
But you-
Target is
But we
talking
have
about
an
doing
account
that.
at Menards.
Yeah, I know the village does because that's, oh, maybe they got it at Home Depot. But we do a lot of shopping at
I
Menards.
would think, yes.
And the Parks Division has an account there.
Okay.
So what if we said,
We've,
Well, what if we set a time and like take Gina out for a drink and she comes with us?
You're bribing me with alcohol.
And, well, not an alcoholic
No,
drink.
Oh, sorry.
January.
I was
We're
thinking
in
of
January.
school.
I didn't know, you wanna go now? We're not buying plants now, though.
No, not now.
Oh.
Well, maybe we
Well,
could
she's
plan
telling me
it.
it's
Let's
dry
go.
January.
Oh, sorry, I
Are
thought
we
it
not
was
supposed to
right
even
now.
talk
We
about
should do
alcohol?
We
planning.
could have a planning.
I'm doing dry
See,
January.
that was planning.
A planting meeting?
A planting meeting. And then Gina would have her card and we could have picked everything out and it would have been, it would be done.
Yeah.
because I know personally,
I have
and
a
I think
Menards
you do too, we like looking.
Sure, yeah, you gotta get a feel for it, you gotta be, it has to motivate you, you know, you
Yes.
wanna, so I understand that.
So
But
keep that in
However,
mind.
When is this happening?
If Public Works wants to plant it for us,
I'll tell you.
You know,
It's
I was
happening
thinking it would be
after
really,
Mother's
really
Day.
cool to get
That
in
week.
contact with the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts
So that
and see if
was
after we
runs
plant
up
this
to-
stuff, they could take care of
Yeah, the
it.
contact for that too.
They could,
Nothing.
you know, for a
It's
badge
nothing-
or something, they
Yep.
could take care of the flower.
Nothing crazy.
I'm sorry to ask this question because I'm really having some memory stuff happening, because it's partially coming back to me.
I probably did say that.
Are they do we have the planters that you are going to plant? And are you referencing the planters on Ardmore?
There
By
are.
the Metro?
no,
Those cement
no,
planters?
no,
Okay,
no.
okay, sorry, because I know we talked
That
about.
was part of the conversation.
Oh, okay, I'm not crazy.
Our planters that we purchased are the metal ones, the industrial
Yeah,
looking ones
uh-huh.
that are over by the Prairie Path
Oh,
in Ardmore.
okay,
And there's 3 big ones, and then there's 2 smaller ones that are outside of the barber shop.
oh, okay.
But he's basically taken that over. Alex has basically taken that over and really does a nice job. I mean,
Are they out there right
I
now?
put a
Yes.
Christmas tree in there
Okay.
that
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, it was like heaven.
Oh, that's cute.
Leslie, did we move the one by Walgreens? We talked about moving it.
We
Did
need
we
to
move
figure
it?
out where to
We need to
move
move
those.
it before we plant it,
Okay.
right?
Walgreens?
Sure.
Why don't we move them by Walgreens? There's 2 over by the gas station that need to be
Weren't we
moved
moving,
someplace.
didn't we talk about moving that last year?
I don't remember.
Wait,
Was
There's-
it difficult to water?
there's 2 at the gas
Kind
station
of
too?
there, yeah.
The
It's
whole
hard for us to get to.
idea is, there's those 2 big cement, there's 4
Yeah.
big round cement ones. And there's one in front of the gas station, one in front of Walgreens, and there's 2 over by the gas station on the other side of Ardmore.
Okay,
Because the gentleman that owned the Super Lube or whatever across the street didn't want a pot in front of his building. So then 2 of them got moved over.
and the village moved them?
Somebody moved, I sure didn't pick it up.
We might
It was
have
way
moved them,
before
maybe.
me. So they're
Are they the
2
village's
Yes.
planters though?
Yes.
I
So
think-
I think we need to investigate.
I need to talk to
where
Brian
else
about
to
the
put
planters.
I agree,
In
where they're easier
theory-
to water.
In theory,
Yeah.
that corner is beautiful if you can get them watered, and one's on each corner. But we went in to the gas station, and one of the guys said, "Well, that lady really likes taking care of those flowers in the pot. She really likes them." Well, I went by them this year, and there's nothing but weeds in the pots. So
So
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
do it last year?
I don't.
You guys just did your own?
No, yeah, we didn't buy
The-
flowers for those because they said she likes to take care of them. So we thought, well, okay, she can put the flowers
Right, we only
in.
did the one on the corner of Walgreens and the corner of, what is it? The gas station.
Gas station on,
What is
by
the one?
Jewel,
By
in front of
Jewel.
Jewel.
Oh, okay, so
And
that's
we
our,
did go in and ask if they could water
Side by
them
side
for
over
us.
here at the lighthouse.
okay,
So we need to
that
figure
did
out if we
not
can
get
get
done
those moved.
because
Okay, I'll talk to Brian.
And if we can find a better place to have all four of those make a better impact.
Are most of the planters on Ardmore asking because I'm reaching out to some scouts?
okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know that like kids or the parents are gonna be comfortable with having kids on
Well,
the
and that's
corner there,
the
right?
thing, when we have, if they're village-owned planters.
Yeah.
The times that the Parks Division will work with volunteers are like Eagle Scout projects and things like that,
Got
but
it.
not typically for younger
Okay.
kids.
I was basically thinking of
Okay,
just the
I know
ones
that there
were
are
on the
some
prairie.
who are 17, 18
Yeah.
looking for projects, but I don't know that watering
Yeah,
plants
water
Uh,
flowers is a
Eagle
good
Scout
show.
project. And now it's not Boy Scouts, it's Scouts,
Oh,
because there
right,
are
right,
girls
right,
who
right.
are in it too.
Yeah.
So,
How does, like, on Ardmore over by the train station, we were talking about like those nice corners of things. How do those things get watered?
So, you have to have a truck that has a big tank on it.
I've seen that, but I can't remember seeing it in Villa Park.
Yeah, so, the planters that are made out of cement on Ardmore, like from the metro station north, okay? Those were, we received those, if I'm not mistaken, when, I think Public Works applied for a grant, a beautification grant, and we received it. And so I found this out afterward. I saw the planters going in, I saw the flowers going in, and I said to Greg, who's gonna maintain those? Because we didn't put them in. And, you know, just exactly like I thought, it fell on Parks to maintain them. So, we have a water thing, but we also contract with a landscaping company that helps and does some of they do the mowing on the median on North Avenue and some other stuff. They are the ones who then were charged. That was one of the things that fell under them to free up our guys. They maintain those beds. Cement.
The tech reports we see.
Yeah, and they have a big, tank, and they're watering it from the tank on the truck. That's how they get watered, because there's no water source there.
Okay.
So
That was what I asked. I'm like, who's gonna maintain those? There's no water there.
Right. So last night I was in the focus group and there were 11 of us, and one of the things that was brought up was beautification and in particular flowers, and like commenting on different towns who have like flower baskets along their main streets and flower planters along their main streets. So that's what made me ask, like, how does anything even get watered anyway if that were to be, I don't know.
You
I
need a
think
tank on a truck to do it.
right. I don't remember seeing it here. I'm like, I don't think we own a truck like that.
No, we don't. I mean, not that I know of.
Yeah.
We don't. We have like a big water tank at where we have the Westmore Park, where there's the garden plots there, but it's stationary there. We also have one that we can hook up to a tractor when they're watering baseball fields, but that's a different type of tank because it's hooked up to something that has like a spray on the bottom. So that's how you're. So, but we do not have the type of tank that the landscaping company uses to water that, because it's like a big tank with like a big hose, like almost not as big as a fire hose, but not a garden hose either.
Right.
And they water with that.
Okay, so this week of May.
The week of Mother's Day, right? To plant the planters? Okay.
May.
And do you just wanna like send out an email and say who's available to help?
Yeah.
So
Because
now,
I
are you
think-
talking about your silver planters?
We're talking about our 6 planters.
that are on the parade.
Yeah, it'd be nice
Okay.
if the ones that are hard to water were moved before then. That's just my thought.
Well,
we
maybe
need
we
to
let
go around
those
and-
go back
And now,
to the village.
now we're talking about the ones on Ardmore and St. Charles.
Correct,
Okay.
yes. And let them figure out how to best water them, what should be planted in them, what, because those are pretty touchy. And we tried last year.
This is hard to get to.
It is.
And then where do you get the water for that?
Well, the good news was the gas station people were wonderful about going out and watering it.
Okay,
And theirs looked really nice.
the gas station that's on the
By
west,
the
the
Jewel.
east side, yeah, by the
Yeah.
Jewel, okay.
Right, and theirs really looked nice. The one by Walgreens, I was just like, not so hot.
And
A
you
lot
said there
of
was
things, too,
two
is that
by
one's in the
Lighthouse,
sun
were
and
they?
And
the
we
shade.
didn't plant those because the owner of the, or whoever was in the lighthouse said, no, no, no. The owner likes to plant those for
Oh,
One of
sale.
the
okay.
ladies, like, yeah.
And
And
they
they're
never
side
did.
by side by the mailbox.
We're
They're not
talking
even
about this,
visible.
yeah, the landscaping and beautification. Again, the week of
I
Father's Day,
don't know
which
where they
Mother's Day
could,
is
if they could
5/18.
even go on the other, it gets further away though. Obviously the prairie path is the, couldn't we maybe try and put them, since we have that one on the four corners by the Jewel there, that prairie path? Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, the Great Western Trail thing?
Yeah,
Where we need to slow people down to when they're crossing the street.
sure, why not?
You just need that barrier.
Right in
Make them walk
front.
around.
I'm sorry, are you asking me to move one of the planters
Well, I
that
think
are?
if we're gonna, we should move all four of them, or,
And we're talking about, now we're talking about the planters on Ardmore and St. Charles.
Correct.
And you want those moved?
well, I don't think they're doing anything for the village. They're hard, they're the ones that are hard to get to water. There were
Well, I
two-
can't I can't see why Brian wouldn't have talked to the landscaping crew about watering those too, unless he thought somebody else was maintaining them.
Right.
So that's why I wanna, so let me talk to
Well,
him.
wasn't
And then there's
anything
the
in them
two
to
on the
water.
other side, that the muffler guy is just messing the whole idea. I'm assuming it was gonna be each corner, beautiful flowers, on each corner.
Yeah.
And now this guy over here, there's nothing there. They're
So let
both
me,
on the
let me
other
talk
side.
to our superintendent of parks
I
and
was-
find out.
Yeah, I was
What,
trying to see if there was a place we could put them to actually use them to the best of their ability.
I don't know if there was some sort of a
Yeah, I wasn't
arrangement that that's
involved
why
with
they're
that
there.
either.
I mean, I don't know.
That's
I'm-
just what I heard, that was why they were there. And it almost looked like the two were, well, he
It's
doesn't
been
want
a
it,
long
but this
time.
is where they're.
Okay,
I started on this commission back in 2016, and they were not, the Pride Commission was not doing those. They were only doing over by the Prairie Path.
okay.
Jeannie did say something like, oh yeah, we used to do it, but then nobody would water. So,
I will talk to Brian.
okay.
I'll try to talk to him tomorrow, actually, tomorrow,
We
and
have
find out.
tons of time before we need to worry
Okay.
about it, right?
Can I report back at the February
Yeah,
meeting, or do you want me to get back to you before
No,
that?
I
Okay,
think that's fine.
all right.
Okay.
But in terms of your planters on the prairie path now, let's go back to those, the silver. How do you want to get the flowers for those? Do you need my help with that, or do you want to just get those, whatever way you want it? I'm not that's not my thing, so it's not something that would be fun to me, if that's okay.
So I think we'll just submit a receipt.
I will come, and if you tell me, we'll make a plan and you'll pick them out and then I can go pay for them. I mean, I can do that. But, but I'm not a planter browser person. I sold my house and moved into a condo. And I have flowers on my balcony. And those are nice
Totally
and easy to take.
We're not judging Gina at all.
Yeah. But I can,
We just love doing it.
that's
so,
great.
Yeah.
And I know other people that
Can you
do.
send out an email that week and so we can all?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
absolutely. Mhm. All right,
Fabulous.
next up, landscaping awards, June, July, and August.
Do we need to pick dates now?
Social
No, we don't
media
need-
dates.
We
though,
don't
right?
really, I think we know that it goes June 1st through June 30th and July 1st through July 31st and so on and so forth. I know that there was also some conversation about, did we want to mix it up? Did we want to do a month, instead of calling it a June, July, and August, did we want to do butterfly garden award and maybe backyard habitat award or
So a theme for each month?
I
overall,
like it.
Or people would be submitting stuff then, right? Because I mean,
No, we
If it's in
submit
a-
that.
how
in a
are we gonna know what's
backyard,
going on
you're
in their
not gonna
backyard?
peeking.
We'll find out.
Creeping? Straight creeping?
I've got a
Remember,
drone.
there are a lot
gotta
of
get
cameras
your
out there.
Yeah, well, one of our guys, I was like,
See
how
Mary
did
and
you
her
find
cicada
this
and her
backyard? And she
binoculars.
said, look, you said you looked over the fence.
Oh, what was it? Was
Bo
it
Bo
a
said the other day,
flat fence?
I'm gonna
It was
bring my
not hard. It
binoculars
was
in
right
case I
there.
get bored. And I'm like,
What are you like watching?
I
I don't know.
suppose in that case, we could do just, a
And maybe
butterfly
that's,
machine.
maybe we do get submissions and then we go out. And because if we can have Dave set up a Google sheet where people nominate themselves, and they fill in their name, their address, and tell us a little bit, or maybe they upload a picture of their backyard or their butterfly garden or whatever it is, and then we can go take a look at that through the course of that month. That solves the problem that we're running into right now, which was 2 of those holiday awards. One of them never heard anything, and we can't, other than going and standing on their front
And
porch.
that didn't work.
Yeah. So I think moving forward, I think they do have to submit, and they have to submit themselves and surrender their contact information when,
Wasn't there
During the
something about
nomination
that was
period.
being phishing or something, if you were asking them for their name or phone number or something on Facebook?
no, they don't have,
I don't
I'm
know.
not asking them on Facebook, I'm saying that we direct them to, just like
To
we
email us.
Well,
On
so we did-
Facebook,
well,
say.
to a Google Doc where they're
Yeah.
submitting.
Because we asked them to.
You've been
submit a
nominated.
Christmas
If you accept the nomination,
well, that's what
Well,
we
that's
did, and
what
we
the
can't get a
form.
hold of people.
Yeah, that's what our.
they didn't. So they filled it out and they won't answer the door.
No,
No,
they
they
were
weren't even-
given a
Yeah, they
nomination
never-
notice at their door that was left on their door. And so
Oh.
please contact us.
Okay.
To let us know that
Christmas
it's
it worked
okay to
well.
contact
Oh,
you
yeah,
if
Halloween
you
it
won,
worked well.
and then they didn't.
Okay.
No, it went so far as somebody from one of the houses emailed us and said, after we left that, you've been nominated, and said, oh my gosh, how exciting, blah, 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 here's all our contact information. And then they won, and then I called, and the lady that answered the phone said, this is a scam. I didn't sign up for anything, and I said,
Yes, you did.
well, somebody gave us your telephone number, and, we did go and look at your house. I said, did you not have this in your front yard? And the lady said, all I had was a Christmas tree in my living room, and I have to go to church now. And I said, okay, goodbye. And then I double checked the address, and I went back and I looked at the email
That's
that,
too hard.
and I'm
It's so
like,
hard.
it's the right house. So I don't know if she didn't look out her front window and didn't realize that, like, the rest of the family did up the front yard. Because,
Well, didn't you leave a thing on the doorway too?
yeah,
I do like people nominating themselves. I
Yes.
suggested, Mary and I were talking about for Halloween, like Elmhurst does the reindeer walk for Christmas, and you submit your house and you do it up really fabulous, and then there's a map, and then the community can go look at the houses, but somebody's coming by your house, you're a part of it. So maybe for Halloween, instead of us doing a whole entire night of driving and doing all that, and maybe having a map, and then the community just goes and takes a look or
We could
whatever.
do that. We don't even need to give them an award. That could be
Right.
their award, just.
But
the-
then they're
the
saying, I'm gonna do my house up, I want everyone to come and see it. And then it's on a map and there's a plan, and they, other people can go see it. kind of goes along with Trustee Patrick's idea about making it a destination.
Yes.
When you have that out there.
We can advertise it at Autumn Jubilee and have them sign up there.
Yeah, and say, if you want to be a
This way
part
we're
of
not
this,
Trying to reach
Yeah,
out
so
and.
now we just need a cool name for it.
that
And
way
then
we're
we don't
not.
have to worry
Did
about
you call it
awards or
reindeer
anything.
ride?
The reindeer walk is in
Reindeer walk.
Elmhurst.
Are there reindeer there? Are they
No,
pulling a
it's like-
sleigh or anything?
No. It's like you actually go inside the home. It's like a garden walk,
Oh.
but the reindeer walk it benefits I think the hospital.
Oh.
But you say, okay, I'm going to decorate inside my house, and then the community. You open up your home for the community to walk through, and
It's like a garden walk only inside your house.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this would be like a Halloween walk, so it'd be different than any other
And they
community
just,
does.
they take it outside.
A progressive dinner.
Well, then you're not
Yeah,
going
to
and
go
driving
inside.
around all night.
No, I just meant about like
or
some
something.
people invite them
But
to your
see,
house.
I don't mind driving
Yeah, in the
around.
winter.
I think that's the fun of it, is going and looking at the houses.
Well, you
for
can still go and
Halloween.
look.
But I will say, people on Facebook were like, "Wait, how do I know which houses are? Can I see or can I have
Right.
the addresses? I want to go look. Like, I want to take my kids to the best houses." So this would be a way that they would have it.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
here's the
it-
info.
it's
We
a whole
compile
And
it.
that, the tricky part of that,
feel.
I think, is getting the homeowners permission to hand out their home address. I mean, I guess obviously
That's public
you could
information.
drive by
If we do
anyway,
Public
but
information.
If we do a Google form and we have a release,
A permission, yeah.
yes.
Because
That,
like people
yes,
do.
I want to participate
Right.
in this.
right, like why
Yeah.
did you decorate the outside of your house? And it's
Yeah,
not like
oh,
yeah,
that's what
but
I-
you
that's
drive
my
by your-
theory.
But
Yeah.
now,
Lombard
but I
Park
think
District
law.
does
that.
your house
They're the ones that
makes it a
do
little
something like
different,
this.
you know what I mean?
Do
Or-
you have a
But then
contact
you're
on
giving
the
permission.
Lombard Park
Yeah.
District where
Sure.
you can ask
Whereas
how they
now, we're
might
saying,
handle that?
especially on the garden walk,
What's
we're
her
saying,
name? Here's the 2023
we're creeping.
Jill's house.
whereas if you're saying, I have a pollinator garden
they
and
lived just this
I want you to
December.
see it, I'm really
Yeah,
proud of
and
it.
then
Or
they
I
put
have this
together a
backyard
map
oasis.
too. I don't know how they
just
did
a-
it, and I don't know how they
I've
Let's
got a
talk
couple
more
people
about
worked
there.
around,
that,
but if
I
you
can
could
talk to.
ask how they might have done that.
That we were not,
You have
that
my
we're not running
cell,
around
right?
searching
Yeah.
for
Can you,
these people, but
Yes.
You want me to like
And
do the
this
link?
way,
Yeah, would
if the
you?
weather is not
Please.
cooperating, like June last year was just a dud.
Yeah, it was
There
so
was-
hot.
yeah.
dry.
all my
Nothing to
vegetables
look
were
at.
What
fried.
Yeah,
flower?
I know, right.
It's
It's a
There was
flower,
nothing.
it's nominated.
So, yeah, I think choosing 3 categories, so we can talk more about that next month.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we just know that it's June. It doesn't even have to be. It can be it could be from June 1st
It could be
through
till,
September
That's the
30th.
link.
Yeah.
I just sent you.
Oh, it was you.
That's what
Yeah,
we do.
it was
I
me.
think we just, right.
And tell
you
us about your
submit.
inspiration of
Right,
your, is
right.
it for pollinators, is
Alright.
it for,
So let's
Whatever.
do that.
I've got a minor problem. The battery is very close to
Dying.
being.
that's not a problem.
We gotta wrap it up. Do we have a plug because it has a.
No, this is. I thought I just pulled the instructions out to see. This is to transfer the file to a
Do we want
computer.
to set a date for
It's not a
sidewalk
char-
chalk?
it's a-
That would probably
it's
be
a
the
AAA
last one that
battery.
actually
Mattered, yeah, a date.
and I don't
Let me
know
see if my
if
husband
last
can
year
bring
we
some over.
incorporated.
No, don't
We
do
did.
It all
that.
depends on.
We're problem solvers, Gina.
How much longer do we have to go?
Well, I think we said we were gonna do it separate again, cause I think maybe Kathy really wanted to.
Well, we were thinking.
But here's the thing, I get that it's really fun,
I mean, we
but
can
then
do a voice
you
recorder
put this
on
stuff
the phone.
on here and nobody's available
Yeah,
to
I
be
do. I
there.
don't.
Yes, I get that.
I suppose I could start
really
it
feel
up.
We'd
like
like to.
sidewalk chalk
Do you think
should
that's
go
like the
into
backup?
Kites and Kicks,
Totally fine
because
with
we
I don't know if I
that
have a
there's
voice
gonna be a
recorder on my
crowd.
computer.
Right,
But we need
I'm
to
sure
the
I have it on
sidewalk.
my phone.
yes.
Or,
Yeah.
And
Which
we
we have
know that
at
we
Rotary.
have it there,
No,
and there
I
also
think that
is
Android has it too. I just am
sidewalk
not sure
at
which.
Dave's Park as well.
Okay.
I think it's just called.
So are we cool with that? And then
Yeah.
that,
It's just called
that
voice
money
memos?
rolls
I
over
think
that
it's voice
$500
record or something like
Oh,
that.
mine-
goes
mine's
to the
voice
Kites and
memos.
On
Kicks
a
and
Samsung. Are you?
Yeah.
Do you have
So
a?
Gina, did you hear that?
No, I'm trying to find another backup to the
Well, we're
recorder.
almost
We're
done.
about
almost
done.
We're
Yep.
gonna-
We're gonna-
So,
Okay, what was it?
It's a
then?
blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Sidewalk chalk is sidewalk chalk is rolling in with Kites and Kicks. We're gonna roll it in together.
You
Cool.
do you want me to buy you sidewalk chalk?
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
just know that because that money that'll be going in together.
Okay.
Because we're gonna do sidewalk chalk with Kites and Kicks
Oh, instead of a separate event.
instead of a separate event.
Oh, okay.
we're so wishy-washy.
So instead of the back to school sidewalk talk?
I think that's a nice
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, I guess we can move it back, you know.
Move it back. So we
Or-
are doing it with kites and kicks,
We'll
right?
do it with Kites and Kicks.
Kicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
For now, we can always separate
we
it,
can
but
always
I
pull
get
it
it,
out.
there's not a ton
Yeah,
of,
we do
and then we're gonna do our big blowout autumn jubilees.
Right.
All hands on deck type
yeah,
situation.
and then
Got it.
Halloween, and then, we were thinking for kites and kicks very quickly, that we could almost use that family-wise, try because of the chalk thing where we used to get the police or the fire department to come and grill hot dogs for people, to do that for free, as opposed to just having like a ice cream cart or a sweet
Kona
cart,
ice, yeah.
as opposed to a real expensive something that
But I do
have
feel
to
like we
pay
have
the
a budget, and I
$800.
still am not into the free hot dogs. But that's just me.
I would agree with the hot dogs. That was kind of like, I was great. I was super appreciative of what they did, but like, we weren't grilling. We weren't even grilling hot dogs, right? I mean, they were warmed hot dogs. In
Yeah,
tinfoil.
I'm not into it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, there was a lot of wasted food. I think that was the other thing that bothered me. Is yeah.
Well, I'm not cool with paying for a food truck, and I feel like the food trucks that we had the last 2 years at Kites and Kicks were not necessarily family friendly for a budget. So if we're gonna do that, I think we should look at things that are a little more reasonable.
But do you think
we could
Yeah,
they
I'm
were
with
cheaper
that. I just
at
the hot dogs in
Jubilee?
general. I just thought that was
We could
kind
do
of.
burgers.
Food was
There
cheaper.
Hot dog, 'cause
I
burgers
do
are good.
think that it was cheaper, and I think there was more variety when we're only giving them,
Well, it's a bigger event.
yeah,
With a much bigger budget.
right. But we didn't come close to covering the barbecue truck last year. So,
What about dropping food and just doing like a snow cone truck
Well,
or
that's what I
something
was
just
saying,
fun? Yeah,
sweets or
just
something,
yeah,
you know.
something that might be easier.
You
And,
mean to not have food at all?
well, at Kites and Kicks, like the turnout was so low to begin with that I mean we didn't have huge turnout. I don't know if we took numbers, but I mean, I know I've only been here for 2 years for that, but
We've only done it 2 years.
okay, so I've been here
So
since.
you've been
the
here
beginning.
since the
I'm just
inauguration.
wondering if we just have something lighter, like some, a snow cone machine or ice cream truck or something like that.
Cicada recipe?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Do the cicada.
I have the recipes. You can It says blanch them for like 5 minutes in hot water.
I don't really want to gut my event personally. So
But I'm
let
just
me
wondering if that might be
have
cheaper.
some suggestions.
okay,
But I don't really want
I get it.
cheap hot dogs.
Well, you could buy Vienna
I
sausage.
will say, I'm not saying whether it's hot dogs or a hot dog cart or whatever. I just feel like hot dogs is kid friendly, and the only reason Chamber of Commerce had me look for someone else was because feedback they got at Joyful Traditions was Spoon Burger and tamales weren't so kid friendly. They wanted more kid friendly food. We tried Billy Bricks, but they weren't available.
Yeah, I mean, we had pizza the first year. I think that's the most kid-friendly food available. But that's just me.
And macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I mean, also like adults eat too.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not taking my kid to Kites and Kicks and expecting to have adult food.
True.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna have a cheeseburger. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
I'm gonna have whatever my kid's having. Because
I
he's
think
not gonna eat it all.
trying to find one that doesn't have a minimum order.
Well, the
That's
first
what-
year we didn't
that-
pay any minimums.
That's what we try to do, just
Yeah.
in case, because you can't, the weather is, you
never
can't
know.
predict that, and that
Yeah.
could make make or break an event.
There's a snow cone truck that does a lot of my
Yes,
kids.
Kona ice.
Kona ice.
Okay,
I
And
text
the
you
snow-
their
Okay.
information.
And we
if you
have
want.
Kids love
choices
snow
with
cones.
that. You either can pay for a certain allotment,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so like 100 snow cones, and the
Okay.
kids can just come up as many times as they want, and
Mhm.
blah, 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 and once you hit 100, they're done. Or you can do it as a fundraiser, where they pay, and a portion of what they're paying then comes back to us as a form of a fundraiser. So we have an option there.
That's what Tri-Town Y.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be like
Do.
that one
What?
kid who
That's
does
what
like
Tri-Town
20
Y
for
did.
himself.
When they had
So
their
it'd probably
bike,
be like a
like the
fundraiser.
bike to school event,
Is that-
and then they had the Kona there. And that was one of the things that they did, yeah.
The cone.
Okay.
Well, I'll work on it.
The cone.
All right, let's go ahead and table the marketing ideas for next month. And then, at this point, what we do have as far as dates are concerned, I'll make sure that those dates get to, Donnie and to Cheryl so that we can start getting those on calendar. You wanna start working on the permits. Okay, you got your calendar.
My calendar up
Are you
to,
tabling the marketing ideas because the battery's running out?
yes.
Yes.
And it's 8:00.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's 8:00. It's great.
I don't think we
Well,
need
please do.
to talk about it right now anyway.
Right, right.
I think, yeah, we
That's
got
gonna-
good
that's
dates.
the
There are
first
other
step.
commissions though that
Dates
have
and
had that
stuff were
happen.
the best.
Yeah, I feel badly about
And
it.
we don't
So I was all ready to plug it into
Anything
this,
right now in January,
but that's not how it
as
works.
far as marketing
No,
is
it doesn't,
concerned.
it won't let me. It's an alkaline battery.
Oh, then that definitely won't work.
No,
for
this isn't gonna
alkaline
work.
battery.
All right,
Sorry.
does somebody want a motion?
Motion.
Do we wanna do,
Whoa, that's a big step.
comments?
Oh, yes, comments.
I still haven't done one.
Sorry. I do have a comment, I don't know if anybody else does, but.
All right, Commissioner,
Nope, none here.
nothing?
None.
Eliza? No?
None.
Nothing? Azana, anything?
Nope.
Nope? Mary?
Can find it, I'm sorry. I have this thing that Kathy and I had worked on, and I remember we went to that meeting about the commissions, about a mission statement, and I know we brought this up before, but Kathy and I had worked on it. And this is what we came up with, a real short one, so I don't know if anybody wants to look at it now and pass it on to the board and see what they want, if this is what they want or whatever, but I do have that. So if we want to put that on something for another.
Let's do that next
Or
month.
email it around maybe even.
Because I know
Yes.
I know we gave them. I mean,
We
I could
also
give one to
need
everybody now,
To
I think.
update the village website for us, because it says that the meeting starts at 5 PM. And it also says that we have 9 commissioners. Or, yes.
Who does it?
I'm not sure what else.
I thought Donnie too.
Okay.
I would send an email to Donnie and then CC
Do you want me to do it?
probably Cheryl and Suzanne.
Email
If you don't
Donnie?
mind.
I would CC Cheryl and Suzanne McFan.
Myself too. Anything you
Okay.
send, please,
That's a good idea.
copy
And
me
CC
so I
me
can.
as well. Sorry,
Sorry, okay, Cheryl, Gina,
Carrie.
Carrie, who, you said another name.
Yes, Suzanne McFan.
Suzanne.
Is this a Life is Fun
Also,
statement? or-
I'm gonna teach
Do
you
you
how
want one
to
of these,
do.
Gina?
Yes, please.
It's just
Okay.
paper
If
for
you have an
everybody.
extra one.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk
no,
to
I
you
got
about the
Okay,
agenda.
yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, so,
Wrote it
okay,
down.
is that the only commissioner comment then?
That's it.
Okay.
And then for me, it's just, I'm thrilled to have you as my co-pilot here. I think it's gonna be very exciting. I think we'll get twice as much done,
Agreed.
teaming up like that. So, yeah, and I'm really excited about this year. We got a lot of cool stuff that's coming up, and, I'm gung ho, I'm ready to go, and I hope you all are too.
Yeah.
All right, and
Okay,
next up,
Okay.
village board liaison.
Sure, so this is trustee Alfano, and I know that trustee Patrick was here and I got here a little late, but I know that he expressed his gratitude towards all of you and to all of our commissioners for volunteering the time that you do, because we know that this isn't easy, and thank you, Gina, for being here, because I know that it just extends
No,
your day.
that's okay.
And we do appreciate that very much, we do recognize it, though, and I want you to know that. I did speak about agendas, because there was a little blip in the system that a resident contacted me about on Sunday afternoon, or it has to be up by 6:30, no, 5:30, no, it has to be up by Sunday.
5 on Friday.
Oh, was it 5 on Friday? Well, it was not up in by 5 on Friday, but I did send something and like, hey, it needs to be up there. I was told that we were fine with the OMA because it's up here in the village hall. But I said, hey, all the other ones are up there, we really do need to have that up. And it was handled within 15 minutes, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Okay.
You and Gina.
So wait, did we not get it in? We didn't get it in?
No, the new system, I think it didn't update the agenda, so people couldn't see it on the website. But people who were looking at it internally could. So
Oh,
they
so
had,
was it a
no, it wasn't
thing?
you.
Okay.
But I did ask asked Manager Harline if there was just one person who would be able to kind of mainstream all of the agendas for all of our commissions, because I think that that's probably a better solution, and he said that Cheryl is pretty much already doing that. And so he just asks that, if you would like for her to do that for you, just make sure that you get your agenda in early.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you saw it was Wednesday when I had it all.
I think I would probably aim for a week early, if you can. I
Okay.
think that's probably a good deadline. I mean, you already know basically, unless there's something else that comes up.
No, once I
No, but I
submit it, you
mean,
can't.
can't you make adjustments?
Oh,
to
amendments?
You can make I believe you can make amendments to that until the final deadline.
Oh,
can't
you know what, I
But then
don't,
you can't post it.
I
I don't know
haven't, I
that
don't
either.
do work in
I'll
that.
have to ask.
I'm not positive, once
Yeah.
it's up, if you can change what's
I
already
will
up
ask
there.
about that.
Yeah, once
Who's,
it's published,
are
I
you
was
publishing
told.
it?
Doesn't say right there, number
I-
3.
I
amendments
used to be
the
able to
agenda,
publish.
right on the agenda.
Under the old system, I used to be able to upload it and publish it, and then I would just send a copy to Cheryl and say, could you please post this
Yeah.
at Village Hall? The new system, I'm struggling with doing other than creating the agenda. I can't attach it to the meeting, and so all I'm doing is sending her the agenda and saying, can you please do the rest?
Well, and I think it's a good thing. It's good and it's bad. So we have uniformity with everything now, right? Even our board agendas look the same as the commission agendas, and there's uniformity there. But then there's this little blip of we had to train people, or that's my understanding, is that like people were asked to go into training. I have a really hard time with asking volunteers to come in and do training with things that I think staff should be doing. And I think that you should be able to say, here's the agenda, I put it in there, would you please post it? And if it's something that we are supposed to be doing and it's something that we have to do under like OMA law, I really do think that should be staff that is handling that. So that's my position on that. Manager Harline says there is somebody that you can contact to be able to help you get that up there, and your contact would be Cheryl.
So for Park and Rec Advisory Commission, our admin for the department, Yolanda, takes the minutes, but she's also the person that uploads it into the system. So in that case, it is a staff person that's doing it. So I could it has been a little bit, yes, just because it's a new system, and there was questions about the consent agenda. What does that mean? It's usually the minutes. And for the board, it's okaying the money that's being spent.
Yeah.
But that's what they have that terminology for that. So I wish I could tell you I could help you, but that's not something I do because we have somebody in our department that does it. So I don't have anything to do with it.
And I don't think that it should be you. I don't want to imply that it
No.
should be
I'm just
our staff liaison here. I just think that there should be a staff member that any commissioner, anybody who is the chair could say, we've put the agenda together, now the rest is up to you.
And the village manager said that you should contact Cheryl for that. Yes?
Create
Okay.
the agenda and then get it to.
And get it to Cheryl and she will help you upload it. That is what I was told.
Okay.
You can always CC me, CC Gina on that too,
Yeah.
so that you have your staff and you have your board liaison, and she can work on that behind the scenes because I cannot always get to that.
Sure.
And we will make sure
I
that
was
gets
glad
taken
that
care of.
I copied you on that because I
Yeah.
was unaware.
And I didn't even check to see it. I just assumed that since I saw the agenda bar up there, that it was fine. And somebody was like, yeah, the agenda's not there. You click on it and there's nothing. I was like, oh.
I do like the new system, but what it shows I don't go to all the board meetings, but if I'm not there, I watch them.
And it's super easy
So
to get
it's so
all
great
the
to have the
information.
background information instead of having to open a PDF of the board packet that's hundreds of
180
pages. Yeah.
long. Yeah.
So that part of it is
It's really
nice, but it is a little more. It seems like I've heard other people talk about it being a little more quirky.
And as a board member, I only need, if I want to print something up, so I want to take notes on something, I only need to print up the little tiny PDF, right?
Right.
That's 3 pages instead of the whole 120-page document because I don't know which page it's on. You know.
Yeah, and it has the little subheadings so that I would always bring when I watch it from home, I would print an agenda and take it home with me and if there was something on it that was pertaining to our department, I would try to print those memos and then I realized the new system, it's all right there. So if I really want to see, sometimes I'll have the meeting on the TV and I'll have my laptop
Now I'm
open
getting nervous.
with the agenda, and then I have another screen that I can put the memos and stuff on, so I can and I don't have to waste the paper,
Right.
which is nice. It's nice that that's available,
So
but
we had to do an e-learning so you could see
Yeah.
everybody. But yeah, if we could only get that system up on the board, on the dais. All right, that's all I have.
the only thing I had was if you need any reimbursements have you spent any money in the new year yet?
Pizza.
Okay, so, do you want to just do you have the receipt for that?
Ooh, a folder in the
No.
folder.
You're not allergic right now?
No. Okay. I don't eat peanut butter.
No. Sure. Come on, somebody.
Okay. So I'll take care of, requesting this.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but it's very easy for me to do it, so.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, if there's a problem,
I'm sorry?
if there's a problem, let her know.
Oh, no, it's just like, I've got the thing on my desktop, I will take care of it.
I think you're my angel. Motion to adjourn.
Can I second?
Yeah.
8:06.
Oh, look at that smile. See?
Super sorry about this, but it did last.
Hey.
But it's blinking like we don't have much more time.
Thank you for that.
Is there a way?